Radio across the UK. Late night with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yes, dear listener, welcome to a new era of broadcasting. This is the Late Night Alternative. My name's Iain Lee. Who are you?
My name's Catherine Boyle and I'm wearing slippers.
Got to come closer.
I'm coming closer.
Come closer to the microphone.
It feels a little weird. We're supposed to be 6 meters apart.
No, it's six. I thought it was 6 feet.
Whatever.
Oh, God, I've been doing it wrong.
I think it's 6
We are broadcasting live from the farm. We are broadcasting live from my house. And for some reason, despite the technology being there for Catherine to stay in her house, you've come round.
I haven't got a microphone.
You've buy one. You've ponied my pizzas. You've ponied my Viennetta. You've ponied my squishies. They're sweets. You've ponied my prawny cocktails.
Yeah, and I've taken nothing but abuse from you.
Exactly, because what have you brought to this party apart from attitude?
What, you need anything else?
Now, is there, I assume they're going to phone my house. Do I have to give them my house number?
They're not. They're going to still phone Sam. He's still there because
Do you remember
he's
when we
absolute rock.
No, it's because he doesn't get paid enough to work from home. When we did the show from the States, and people said, well, what's the phone number? Have we got to phone America? No, it don't work like that. The phone number is the same, 0344 499 1000. Here's the thing. Let me tell you how the show was going to start tonight had we been in the studio. It was going to start with a solemn opening, apologising, but we were having to do, because of the coronavirus, having to do a news-based show, and we apologised that we couldn't do the usual zany, wacky fun, but we've been told that we had to do facts and science. Then we'd open with a bit of music, which would have been Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline, and then it gets to the bit... hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. We'd have stopped it and gone, no, can't do that. Let's find another song. Then we'd have played...
Touch Me by Samantha Fox.
And when she gets to the touch me, I would... No,
whoa.
Can't play that. Then it was going to be I Want to Hold Your Hand. No, can't play that.
And then I found Michael Bolton's Can I Touch You... there.
Oh.
And he doesn't mention where he wants to touch anybody until the chorus, which is quite a way in. So we would have felt like we were winning, right?
Yeah.
And that would have been funny. And he said that he wanted to touch you deep inside. And I was going to say, no, Michael, there's not enough Carex in the world for that.
And then we would have ended with the Divinals, I Touch Myself. When I think about you, I touch myself. Because that's fine. Onanism, masturbation, self-love, fun, as long as
your face.
As long as you've washed your hands and don't get it on your face. And then we'd have come back going, ha 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 ha. Fun times are here with a fun gang. I'm George Formby during the war.
Yeah, I'm Gracie Fields.
And so that nice again, mother. And we are the gang to entertain you. But unfortunately, we're doing the show from home, so we have to do a very serious coronavirus. By the way, Kath balked at my suggestion of doing the show in the bath, but a bath with Dettol in there, which you used to have. You used to have Dettol baths.
Well, you suggested that the only way to beat COVID-19 was for me to leave my clothes at the door, burn them, and then hop into this bath of Dettol. Yes. I think that's a bit excessive, but it's only week one. Let's see where we are next week.
Here's the thing, man. It's like really freaky times. It's really, really freaky times. And there's plenty of time. I've had a news overload. Like a lot of you, and a lot of, I'm going to say normal people. I don't, by normal people, I mean people who aren't nuts like me. And I can say I'm nuts because I'm a mental health ambassador for the human race.
And I'm the normal one.
I would, I'm surprised at the number of normal people who are having panic, but who are panicking, who are anxious, who are because we've never been through this before. So, and part of it, I think, is just everywhere. It's the whole COVID thing is everywhere.
Of course, the tension has been building for other reasons for about a year or so. This is like the final straw for a lot of people.
This is the vinegar stroke of Brexit. I wish we could do a phone. I wish we could do a phone in about Brexit instead. And it's everywhere, and it's right. It's everywhere because it's really, really important. And of course, I heard one guy. I mean, listen, if you're going to phone up, as one caller did to James's show, and say it's a conspiracy by the left. Oh my God, just don't even bother, right?
He said it's a conspiracy by the left. Well, some people are trying to politicise it. I went, yeah, you.
So it's everywhere, right? And I've had a few panic attacks. No, let me take that back, because that's too much. I've had a few little panics, not panic attacks. That's something different. On Saturday night, I had a little cry. My youngest was in bed with me, and I had a little cry worrying about my mum. And then today I got a little bit. We can do that all the time, right? And it's everywhere. There's news everywhere. So Katherine and I are Bob Hope. We're both Bob Hope. You're the American soldiers, the GIs in Vietnam, and we're going to come and entertain you. Except the war against COVID, coronavirus, is a just war. The war in Vietnam, from what I remember, was not a just war. You don't want to comment on the Vietnam War?
It wasn't just a war, no. And
no, a just war. Okay, well, this is an awkward start to the show. It turns out when we're this close, we're spitting distance.
Literally, I don't think this is very sanitary.
Well, get your own flipping microphone then.
Well, unfortunately, I haven't been paid, so...
Oh, they haven't paid you either, have they? They haven't paid you.
I'm sure it's just an oversight.
So, basically, what I'm saying is, right, our mission, and even if we get told otherwise, right, I think this is really important. If we had a mission... Admission in the morning, admission in the evening, all over this land. Admission out of danger, admission out of warning.
What would you mission
Admission out of love between my brothers and my sisters. Whoa, over this land. That, dear listener, is the top quality entertainment. Because when Bob Hope goes out to Vietnam, they don't really the soldiers don't care.
No, they want to see some honeys.
Oh, by the way, we were watching a great documentary about Miss World 19... Anyway, so the mission statement for this show, for the moment, is... Did you hear a voice then?
No, I heard a rattling of the microphone.
Okay. Is we are going to make you effing laugh.
Wow.
So much. You'll be praying. You'll be praying to be struck down by coronavirus so you can have a break. So you can you can have a break. We're going to make and the reason we're doing that's a medical reason. We're going to strengthen your lungs with laughter.
Well, because I've heard laughter is the best medicine.
Unless you're an asthmatic, and then it's Ventolin. Thank you very much. Who was that? It was John Thompson as Bernard Wrighton. We are going to make you laugh so much. We're going to strengthen your lungs, and you will be praying for the sweet release of having a month of sick with the old CV. So that's what we're doing. As well as doing that, I think nearly everyone's scared. Is there anyone who's not scared? I don't want to say thick people.
No, I would say northern people, but actually I went round to my mum and dad's today, and they are the most stoic of stoic Lancastrians.
Say the thing about your dad.
Oh, bless him. Anyway, I realised they were scared when they stood back from the front door but didn't invite me in, and I stood back a little bit, and I'd made them some soup. Because
so you just stood back and handed it to them.
Well, I couldn't throw it, could I?
Okay, well, so you touched.
No, they touched the same bag.
Well, they've got it. If you've got it. What did your dad say about helping old people?
Well, I told him that I'd put a note through to the old gentleman that lives across the road. He's in his 90s. He's a war veteran. He's very spry. You wouldn't know he was as old as he is. No. But at the same time... They don't look it, do they? He certainly doesn't.
No.
So I put a note through this morning and said, look, here's my phone number if you want anything. I don't know what's going to happen, but if you get stuck in the house, you don't have to struggle.
No.
And I got a text message back from him
saying,
thanks very much. I think I'll be all right. But it's good to know that you're, at the end of the phone. Yeah. So that was all good. So I told my dad.
Wish you were at the end of the phone now.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Told my dad and he went, yeah, I was thinking about which neighbour I could do that for. And then I realised I'm that neighbour.
Yeah, exactly. He's the old guy. So listen, it's freaky times, right? And if any kind of, developments break, if anything happens, we're there, right? And if you're feeling scared and lonely, as a lot of people are, we're there. 0344 499 1000.
There's a song about that. If you're feeling scared.
Okay,
lonely,
that's fun. Thank you.
There
we go. There we go. I let her have a little glass of wine.
Oh,
but
that's the point. If I did it from home.
Yeah, exactly. Please. But we're here just to dick around. I think what the country needs now, there are no outlets for just dicking around. Danny Baker's Treehouse podcast is the closest thing I can. There's nothing on the radio for just good old-fashioned messing about. That's what we are here for. We are jokers. We are jesters. We are the nation's jesters. Laugh at us. Laugh at us if you want.
We don't mind.
We just want you to laugh. That's all. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Catherine can take a picture of the setup that we've got here in a bit. For those who want to know, we have a Yeti microphone, which is a decent microphone.
Looks like a bullet.
It does look like a bullet. It's like an old-fashioned microphone bullet. And we have my computer, which is we're using some software on there to stream this to the studio. Don't take a picture of that though, those idiots. We got 2 lappies open, and we have visual contact. Sam, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
He's there. We've got visual contact with Sam, who is expendable. That's why he's in the studio. We've got WhatsApp up, and that is how... that is how this is working. You can call in. It's the same old nonsense. These are really weird times, right? I get it. We're going to do kind of the same stuff that we would normally do. We're going to play some silly games. We've got some really silly stories. We're going to... I think now is... Listen, if you want to have a 3-hour phone in on do you think Boris Johnson's doing the right thing? Should we be copying the Italian model? If you want that, please, lbc.co.uk will be doing that exactly now. Go and have a listen. And we will talk about it. We have to talk about it because it is affecting everybody. We're doing the show from my house probably for the next few months as a direct result of what's going on. I've had some slightly awkward conversations with my kids this week. I've had a little cry thinking there's a very strong chance I may never get to hold my mum's hand again. The world is in flux. This is so unusual. This is so strange. So if you're feeling scared, if you're panicking, if you're worried, if you're anxious, and I know loads of you are because you've messaged me on Twitter or emailed me, 0344 499 1000. Let us kind of slightly worry together. I don't know if I can necessarily calm you down. If you just want to phone up and tell me which member of the Beatles you would like to meet in a fist fight and from which era, and please don't say John or George after they've passed. That's disrespectful. 0344 499 1000. Dear listener, we ain't going nowhere. This is the Late Night Alternative, weeknights from 10 with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Hearing voices.
Have I got cabin fever already? I've only been in the house 5 hours.
It's going to be like the lighthouse.
Oh, I got bored halfway through that.
Exactly.
And all through that break, I'm going, I can hear a voice, and Kath's like, no. I can definitely... Is there someone in this house that isn't one of the cats?
No.
Shut up. Why is no one calling as well? Oh, the cats are fighting. You can probably hear the cats fighting. The baby Patty, who's 7 months, is getting horny. She's getting horny for her brother.
Well, he's the only one available.
Yeah. And look at that tail up. Put that tail down. Getting done next Monday.
Can't happen soon enough.
They're getting done.
Keep a bit of mystery, Patty.
Oh.
Could be too available,
There's a big stray that lives near here called Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Me and Kath call him Big Boy. He's a big old unit. And I was speaking to my neighbour Betty, and he's been around for quite a few years. And I caught him outside Patty's cat flap, the cat flap, and Patty was waving her flap.
Oh my God.
At him and going. She was like cooing.
Enticing.
For a dirty old tramp to come and sort her out. We put a stop to that. 0344 499 1000. Now, one of the things I want to address, right, is what can we do to make you better? I keep looking at my guitars. Seriously, if we don't get calls, it's going to be like Mike Reed doing the Radio 1 breakfast show all over again. I'm getting the guitar out, and we is playing. Okay, what can...
I keep forgetting there's traffic.
What can we do to help? This is the question that I'm kind of thinking about. And if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen the weekend I kind of started kicking around a few half-hearted ideas. I gave a few quid to a couple of people. I was kind of just, I'm doing this thing, and I've seen another comedian do it, another person do it who is a comedian, I'm not, and I must find his name, who just, every now and then, he'll just tweet, look, I've got 10, 15 minutes, if you need a pep talk, come and see me. And I was kind of doing that a little bit. I've been round to my next door neighbour Betty, who's in her 80s, and we made love. And
within a bath of Dettol.
Within a bath of Dettol. No, I've been round there, and I've been round there a couple of times, and I've said to her today, look, if it's cool with you, I'm going to pop round every 2 or 3 days. Don't even have to let me in. I can tap on the window. Just if you want any shopping or get prescription or any of that stuff, if you want a bit of company. And I said, actually, look, if you go a bit stir crazy in here, you're allowed out, because she's in her 80s, okay, so over 70 is not really allowed out. She's got a really nice garden, and the weather today was nice. So she's gone, I've got the garden. I said, well, I tell you what, if this carries on much longer, why don't I invite you round mine for a cup of tea, or maybe I'll even cook you dinner. Now, is that allowed?
No.
At all?
No.
But we made love in a bath of Dettol.
I don't think that undoes it.
Oh, God.
What you might be able to do is, can you carve like some kind of prison flap out of a bottom door and like slide a plate down?
So I can't even go into her house now. This is the thing. I genuinely don't know. I'm not being clever.
I don't think you should.
You're probably right, aren't you? You're probably right. This is we're learning. We were hungry, and Kath said, well, let's get a Domino's. I said, we can't. And she said, yes, we can. I said, we can't. She said, you're not looking fat. I said, no, not that. It's because of the corona.
You're an idiot.
We can't. Do you know I'm an idiot?
You're an idiot, because I looked on the New York Post, right, and that is the home of the delivery system. New York, I mean, not the New York Post. I think they mostly do papers. But it said that it's very unlikely that you would catch it off a pizza. So
it's not the pizza. It's the pizza box, and it's the dude handing you the pizza. He's going from door to door with a cheesy box.
The Hermes man that came to our door today had gloves on.
You don't have to sign for stuff from Amazon anymore.
I know.
Or Tesco.
Yeah. They've got indiscriminate. Good time to be a confidence trickster.
Okay. Am I allowed to invite Betty in for a succulent Chinese meal? And should we have ordered Domino's? Now, we've got a little system here where there is that Sam's phone is trained on the thing where we would see the calls.
Alistair.
I thought that said Alison. Well, you call out Alistair and I'll call out Alison. Let's see who answers. Alison!
Alistair!
All right.
1-0 to Katherine. It's Alistair! Hello, mate.
I feel especially honoured that my voice is in your house at the moment.
Your voice is in my house. 2 of my cats are... I don't know what she's eating. It looks like poo. But you are in my house...
Talk about the cat, not me.
You are all in my house this evening, dear listener, and although I will not give you the exact location, you are very, very welcome. What you got for us, Alistair? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, thank you. I've got a couple of things I could try. First of all, on Facebook Marketplace, right? Somebody was
favourite part of the internet.
Well, right. Is it 1968? First UK pressing of mono version of the White Album by the Beatles.
Oh.
Right. Now, so I sort of contacted him and said, how much are you asking?
Here we go. They didn't put the price on there. Did they list it as free and then in the description go, not free, open to offers? I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, I do. But anyway,
I always offer zero.
I knew it wouldn't be free. So I said, how much, mate, then? And he said, 100 quid. And then I looked on the internet. Now, those albums are actually selling for thousands. Is that right, Ian? Those...
I don't know. Is it? Here's the thing, right? Everyone, quite often, you'll see someone go at like a record fair or on Antiques Roadshow. Well, I have here. It's a copy of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles, and the person goes, "Yeah, it was one of the biggest selling records of all time. It's worth about a quid, if that." And I would have thought it would have been the same with you're talking about the White Album. Of course, we know there is no such record. You mean the Beatles by the Beatles?
Yes.
I would have thought that would have been the same, unless it's like a really low number.
Well, like I said, there were some sold in auction for hundreds of thousands. Because
But what number were they? Because they're all numbered.
Yeah, it was numbered. It was about 11,000 and something.
Yeah, I would. I believe you have stumbled across a chancer there, young man. A chancer. We've got cats climbing on us now.
I did message back and I said,
Up yours.
not interested. Yeah.
No.
But, no, because I know that you're a massive Beatles fan, so.
I like the Beatles a lot, but just think one day, none of the. I'm starting to think, rock music wasn't that silly. Well, you know when you're facing the mortality of the human race, and I just keep thinking about rock concerts in the 70s and thinking, God, weren't they dumb? Weren't they dumb? Have you found that you're watching like adverts for insurance and stuff and thinking, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Well, it's funny you should raise the 70s, because this next one. Now, I don't know, can you play YouTube like you used to do in the studio?
Not very easily, no.
Okay.
I'm going to look into a way of doing it, but not very easily, no, not at the moment.
It was just, you know the thing where you play cover versions of songs? Well, one of my favourites from the 70s was just This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us by Sparks.
Oh, yeah. Great song.
And I went through all the covers that were listed on YouTube, and a lot of them are much of a muchness, but as an instrumental version, which did stand out for me, played with ukulele and glockenspiel live.
Oh, I love stuff like that. I know people got a little bit sick of the ukulele ironic cover version. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really good. Maybe... you know, you could play it when...
Well, here's the thing. Listen, here's the thing, right? This is day one of us doing this, and it was kind of a little bit of what I believe they call in the army a kick bollock scramble, where...
I've never heard that.
Have you not heard that phrase? Oh, it's a genuine phrase. It's a great, and it kind of sums it up. I'm in the car at 5 o'clock, waiting to, waiting for my kids to come out of school, and I'm listening to Boris Johnson, and he said everybody should work from home if you can. And we'd had a conversation with our bosses 2 weeks before where we said, can we work from home? And they went, no. So I got in touch with them and said, can we work from home? And they went, yeah, go on then. And so it's all been quite last minute, this, but we're here for the long run, I think, to be honest. So I am going to look at ways. Then I'm using this brilliant little thing, ipdtl.com, for all those geeks out there. I'm paying for it. I'm not getting a freebie. Work will be paying for it when they get the invoice. It's only 25 quid a month. Anyway, basically, it turns my computer into an ISDN line, end of geeky chat. But there must be a way I can play audio out of that as well. So we're gonna look at that. And just to say, I'm still carrying on doing Mondays to Thursdays. Kath is doing Fridays. But Kath, you want to do the show from my house? Well, I don't really understand. Either that, or you give me everything you've got here. I can do that. I can give you this microphone, and I can give you access to my login there, so you can turn your computer into an ISDN line. So yeah, I can do that. Oh, that didn't go the way you expected, did it? Probably do that. Although it took you quite a long time to get it set up, so maybe not. It took me 30 minutes. I'm just writing down cables I need. It took me 30 minutes, and I've got it set up. Do you know what I feel? Like you don't want me to succeed. This has all been a trap. Don't you think, Alistair? It doesn't feel supportive to me. You know, I think at a time like this, I think we need to support each other that a little bit extra, Ian, don't we? Thank you, Alistair. Goodbye. Let's go to Gatford. I haven't got any. I can't cut people off. So here's the thing. If Sam is really enjoying me getting battered by a caller, it never happens. Sam can keep that going. Wow. Don't mess with Sam. Good evening, Gatford. Good evening. I don't know why we're shouting, because it's further away, I suppose. Yeah, I think that must be it, because we're further away, definitely. What you got for us, Gats? Yeah. I can't do a decent John Lennon impression. Can you help? Well, you know... I can do... Well, you know, I'm Paul McCartney. I can do George, John and Ringo, but I can't do John. Well, let's hear it. Can you, though? Yes, let's be the judge of that. You do a Beatle and we'll see who it is. Don't mention their name, please. Toot toot, said Thomas. Oh, come on. You might as well go, hello, I'm Ringo Starr. Peace and love, peace and love. And then obviously for he's a Jamaican Welshman. You can do it right now, please. So, he's a Jamaican Welshman. He's Welsh, isn't he? Liverpool, isn't it? I had a great idea for a band. I had a great idea for a band called the Jasmine Beatles. And they all talk like that. I'm Paul McCartney.
I want to hold your hand.
She loves you, yeah. Right, give us George.
George, I can't think of what George said.
Well, you know, when Paul said he wanted to play bass guitar, I said, sure, why not, Paul? And then I got into... Shut up! I'm doing a John Lennon!
Was that John? I thought it was George.
Oh, I'm John Lennon and I'm in a bag with Yoko Ono. Oh, I'm John Lennon. I'm John Lennon and I'm a political activist in the 70s and I smoke pot and I hang out with Harry Nilsson at the Troubadour heckling the Smothers Brothers.
Pretty spot on. Oh, so I was with the kids the other day, right? And we're all going stir crazy. I pity my ex-wife having to live with those guys forever because they're nuts.
You fizzed them up and sent them home.
Get this, Gatford, right?
Out at some point, aren't they?
Get this, right? So you remember when I was attacked by an owl and I had a bandage that was covered in blood?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've still got it as a souvenir. I like to remember those days. And my youngest found it just as we were going out to the goat centre, and he put it around his head, and he said, "Daddy, can I wear this out?" Now, of course, my first reaction is, "Don't be so stupid. Of course you can't." And then I thought, "Yeah, sure. I can hear me."
What's the worst that
Where am I coming out? Hang on. I can hear me.
I can hear you, but...
Shut up! Gatford, I've got to shout to hear... I can hear me! Is it this? Hang on. Hang on. We're getting there. I can hear me!
I can't hear you anymore.
I'm coming out of something. But what would that be? Is it Kath? Is it your foot?
No.
Anyway, so we went out to the goat centre and with him wearing a bloody bandage. I'm not swearing. And everyone obviously knew that it was fake. An old bandage.
It wasn't his.
And I just
previous wound.
From a previous wound. Anyway, Gatford, what have you called in for? Sorry, and I wasn't shouting at you. I don't mean to be rude. That's not my style.
No, it's fine. No, you tested the equipment. It's fine. I understand. Well, I rung in because I've decided that the Beatle that I'd like to have a punch-up with is John Lennon in bed, because I'm at a disadvantage. I'm standing up and he's already in bed.
Okay, John Lennon in bed. Gatford, thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Brian. Is that Brian?
Yeah.
Hi,
is it Brian?
Ian. Hello, it is. Hi, Ian. Hi, Katherine.
We're reading it on a really bad screen, and I can just see.
Oh.
Okay, Brian, how you doing, big man?
Yeah. Great, good to hear from you. Is Katherine with you tonight at home?
Aye.
Sadly, yes.
Oh, good. I hope you make a nice cups of coffee. Or tea.
I have made her nice cups of coffee.
He's made me one, and I've made two.
All right. Listen, I'm going to be going to see the bootleg Beatles at the Sage Gateshead in June.
No, you won't.
It's about June time.
No, you won't.
June. Oh, why is that, mate?
Have you heard any of the news over the past week?
Oh, right, yeah, I just realised, yeah, of course, I'm sorry, you're right.
I don't mean to be cruel. I suspect we will all be living like this, and fingers crossed we'll all be living like this until the autumn, I'm afraid.
I was going to buy I don't like that mask, I was going to buy a balaclava, what do you think?
Balaclava! My mum used to go holidaying in Balaclava. Yeah, I don't think that would work.
Oh, right, I just wondered if it would or not. I just thought...
No, it's going to have a mouth hole, and the mouth hole is the place that you've got to watch out for the germs.
Yeah, no, but if you pull it over your eyes and stuff and that and keep your eyes...
on backwards.
Oh, God, they might think you're a terrorist then, wouldn't they, if you wear that?
Well, this is why I hate the IRA, is they killed balaclavas for us. We used to be able to we used to call them balaclava helmets, and because of the IRA, you cannot wear them no more. Screw you guys.
True. That's a shame, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
They did a lot worse than that as well, but...
You can't get their albums, can you, Ian, online? Bootleg Beatles. I've been looking and I can't seem to get one.
Well, why would you get the bootleg Beatles albums? Why don't you just get, I don't know, the Beatles albums?
They're quite good.
Oh, God. I have done, but I just fancied getting a few of the bootleg, because I've seen them last year, no, great. I've seen them in City
But have
Hall
they done any albums?
I bet they're not allowed.
They do sell them at the gigs, because, I mean, I didn't have enough money to get one last year. They were selling them at the City Hall. I didn't have enough money to get one. I was a bit disappointed, so, I was going to get one then, but, what a shame. Are you a big fan of Roxy Music by any chance?
Oh, do you know what? I absolutely cannot stand Roxy Music. It's one of my weak spots. I just don't get. I just don't get them. Don't get them.
One of my relatives used to go to school with Brian Ferry because he used to live up in I would call a place up in Northumberland, New Biggin Hall by the sea, and he used to go to school up there. So that's how she used to know him from there, from school days.
Oh.
Bit of useless information, I suppose.
It certainly is, Brian. Thank you very much for your call. 0344 499 1000. This dear listener told you exactly the same rubbish. I said to my boss earlier on when he was saying, "Well, you doing it from home? I don't know. We don't know if that's a good idea. We're not really set up for that." I said, "Denny, I promise you, the show will not sound 1% better. It will sound just as crap as it always does." And boy, oh boy, we're sticking to that. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative. Iain and Kath, weeknights from 10 on Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Please don't show me videos when I'm trying to present a radio show. It's good though. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. What are we talking about? Well, listen. We're doing the show from my house. I know. Let me get to that in a minute. We're doing the show from my house. I suspect we're going to be doing the show for months from my house. Thank you to the bosses for letting us do this and letting us test this and kind of, I guess, being the pioneers. Everyone will be doing it soon. Weird old times, right? And me and Kath are having a right old laugh now because this is a novelty and stuff. But well, I'll ask you in a minute because I've not really had I've kind of said how I am. I'm keen to know how you are about it all, Kath. This stuff is freaking the hell out of me. And there's no point in pretending. You're not going to come on and go, "Hey guys, we're fine with this. My mum might die. I'm fine with that." It's really weird, and I'm having to do that thing of being a responsible parent and not really showing the fear to the kids, and I'm chatting to them about it in an age-appropriate way, being realistic about it in terms of I'm very worried about my mum and that, they know that she's ill and that she actually, I think they're pretty much aware that she might die because of this. Their other grandmother it got to me how serious this was when their other grandmother said, "I don't want the boys coming around anymore," and she would do almost anything for those kids. And when she said that, I was like, "Yep, absolutely sensible." But boy, that's where we are. So I'm struggling a bit, but we want to carry on doing the show and just dicking around and doing the same kind of stuff. But, so you can call in about anything, 0344 499 1000. But if you do want to phone up and say, "I'm really scared," there's not really a lot we can do. We can hold your hand to a certain extent. We can share how, this is one of the things I want to do over the next few weeks, months, is I want to share ways that other people are coping with this incredible and unique and unusual and extended stress. I found a couple of people online who, again, Americans who are a woman called Sarah or Sarah. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but I think she makes me laugh a lot. But she's going to start doing a podcast about just like coping with anxiety and she's going to get people on who that looks really cool. So we're going to get her on possibly on Wednesday. And there are a couple of other people who are just doing stuff about how they're getting through this in a non-preachy, let's try and help each other. So I want over the next few weeks to just come up with some things that we can do to cope with this unusual stress. Also, we'll come up with some really nice people over the weekend with tweeting things to do with the kids. If you're locked in with the kids, which we will be, things you can do. I'm still going to go geocaching. That's fine because you don't go near anybody. It's in the countryside, so you're going out getting a bit of fresh air. That's okay, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, it is. Until we're told otherwise. Going out geocaching, you don't see anybody. A little bit of that. But I also said to my son, my eldest, what we're going to do is one day we're going to spend an afternoon online trying to get as much free stuff as we can. Because we got a free pen from some website. And so I said, we're going to try and get free stuff. So we're going to come up with lists and links and maybe get some guests on who can help you with stuff for the kids. Catherine.
I saw Noel Fielding did a really interesting thing yesterday.
That was good,
he
man.
had an art club. He said 3 o'clock. It was about 2 o'clock. He said 3 o'clock. We're going to have art club for everyone, especially kids.
Yeah.
And I'll pick a theme and I'll pick a winner at the end of it. And it just took everyone's mind off it a bit. I mean, Twitter can be an absolute cesspit, but it's also a really good way of reaching out to people, isn't it?
So I'm going to be looking for stuff like that I can pass on to you. Me and Kath together and separately will be looking at stuff that we can do, and it might be on Twitter, it might be on Twitch, it might be I don't know, but we're going to entertain the arse off you.
I was thinking about doing like a kids' story time.
Oh, mate, you'd be great at that. Do you do all the voices?
Yes, of course I do.
That's a big commitment. How do you remember them?
Well, just brilliant. Chris O'Dowd started doing it though. I was talking about doing it, but
You do it.
yeah, that doesn't mean
Of course
I
it doesn't.
can't, does
Of course it doesn't. No, the more the merrier. I when I took my boys out of the weekend, we were to the goat centre, and I was like, "My God, Miss Jones, my God." It's Rigsby.
It's classic.
It's Rigsby.
impression.
Who's that? Is it Rigsby from Rising Dab? You know, everyone knows Rigsby. Yeah, God, he thinks he's an African prince. My God. And the boys just there going, "What?" And I went, "Betty, I said, some others do. That's Frank Spencer. You horrible lot." And I was doing all of the standard impressions from the 70s to much hilarity from my wonderful, beautiful idiot children.
Even though they didn't know.
They didn't have a clue. It was just me doing really silly voices and being adamant that they should know who I... Everyone knows Rigsby, for goodness sakes.
My kids love the Gemma Collins impression I do, even though it's nothing like really. It's just... But when my eldest got taken to hospital at the end of last year, and we had a long wait in A&E.
Spoiler alert, she made it.
Yes, she did.
She made it.
She had a seizure, and it was quite a scary
didn't
thing.
She? God,
yeah.
She's not had any since, has she?
No, and they said they couldn't investigate it unless there was a sort of pattern.
She's a good actor as well, isn't she?
She's not that good.
Oh, how rude. Oh, okay, right. So you meant the seizure was okay. Okay, so
I don't think anyone could act that.
I thought you were being honest.
But I took her to hospital, and we were downstairs for quite a long time, and they were talking about sending us up to the children's ward. And I kept amused by going, "Babe, I can't believe they've not given us any champagne yet. Maybe they're waiting till we go up to VIP."
So a relevant, recent impression.
She likes Gemma Collins.
Wow.
They think Gemma Collins is hilarious. They don't realise she's real.
So listen, we're going to be kind of your one-stop shop for getting through this and having fun. I say I've started a new podcast. It's very niche and very geeky, but it's me watching old episodes of the 11 o'clock show. The first one's gone up. I am saying it to kind of plug it, but I'm saying there is so much stuff. If you go to acast.com/IainLee11, it's me watching old episodes of the 11 o'clock show. There's going to be one of those a week. I'm going to find some really cool podcasts. I was also thinking of just like doing a weekly or a fortnightly kind of mail out. Because if you go to iainlee.com, and again, this is all for free, right? If you go to iainlee.com, you can kind of register your email to get like a mail out, and we use it to promote shows and stuff like that. Obviously, it looks like we probably won't be doing any shows for a while. But I was thinking maybe like every other week, just going, right, I found, and not overloading it, I found these 3 podcasts that I think are brilliant. I found these 3 things to do with the kids that I think are brilliant. Go on.
I've got it.
Here we go.
We call it Good Clean Fun.
Sorry?
That's what we call it.
Why?
Good Clean Fun.
Why are you coming up with the title? The content's more important, isn't it?
Because no. This isn't the way it works in show business. You got to understand.
It was my idea. Why are you muscling in on my...
I'm not. I'm just shining it up. That's my job as a producer.
But that would be a nice thing. We don't overload people.
Yeah.
It's all stuff that is free, if possible. Maybe, probably be stuff that's free.
It doesn't require any Carex.
Doesn't require any Carex. You can do it from the safety of your home. We'll do it, the emails will be clean in terms of your kids can see it. There'll be some stuff in there for adults, but your kids can read it and there won't be anything offensive in there. I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. IainLee.com. I don't quite know where it is in the website, but if you go there, there's a thing that says sign up for the newsletter or whatever. You enter your email address. It's just us to have it. It's not a marketing thing. And we will, let's see how this week goes. Either towards the end of this week or the end of next week, we'll just have 3 podcasts, 3 things you can do with the kids, 3 things we've seen on Netflix or something like
3
that.
3 funny videos.
There you go. We're sending. There we go. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Amongst other things, what I'm going to do next. We did the 22 break. Alan Caddick!
Hiya, boss. Hi, Kath.
Why so glum?
3 bad things have happened today.
Go on, mate. Let's have it.
Roy Hood's dead.
Sorry?
Roy Hood's dead.
Roy Hudd is dead. Okay. I mean, listen, he was great. He was a real talent. Always a joy to watch on the telly. You're sounding very down, though, for Roy Hudd having sadly passed.
The Grand National's cancelled, so my holiday's up at Swanee.
Thank God for that. It was cruel.
And I spoke to Kath on Friday with a chance that it might not happen, and that's definitely not going to happen.
Well, I know, and I was taking my boys away in a couple of weeks, and up until today I was going, oh, that's probably still going to be okay. I'm guessing that probably won't be okay. I don't really know. I don't think it will be. It was in a log cabin, so it was nice and isolated. Maybe it will be. I just don't know. That's a shame, Alan, but I'm really hoping this third one is a zinger.
No Birmingham Rabbit Hole.
Well,
yeah, we haven't got the confirmation on that, but it's pretty likely that the next 3 months of rabbit holes ain't going to happen.
you're looking at this all wrong, Alan.
There's no Birmingham rabbit hole. That's a good thing. The show's lousy.
No, what I'm saying is that you will not be put at risk.
Kath.
What?
I was looking forward to seeing you and Ian, Kath.
This is it. This is why we created this virus, to keep you away from us. Hey, I get it. One of the things I was thinking of is on the dates that we've got rabbit holes that we probably won't be doing, that maybe we do. Well, we probably we can't because we'll be in different. Well, I don't know. If it's possible, maybe we do something online that people can still kind of take part in. We'll see how it goes. It's all. Here's the thing. It's all up in the air. So many concerts. We're not going to get to see the Bare Naked Ladies for now. I'm assuming they're postponed.
The Who are getting on. They postponed. Will they survive to the next time?
Here's the thing, Alan, and I know you'll get this because I know that you are a lovely bloke and you're a kind bloke and you're also a very sharp bloke, right? I think, certainly for the next significant number of months, we are going to have to completely change our lifestyles. And that means things like concerts. I think we're going to have to change our whole way of life. And also, I think it's going to carry on to a certain extent after this is finished. What we've been living with, it will not work after we're on the other side of the main coronavirus
But
thing.
if I may...
Please, you mate.
It's become really important to find the joy.
Yeah.
Right? Find the joy in the small things, the small victories. Okay, so Roy Hood died, but you've got loads of YouTube videos where you can enjoy Roy Hood's work from the comfort of your own home, if that's what you want to do.
Watch old Grand Nationals, but don't look at what year it is and see if you can work out what year it is and who the winner is.
Like on Friday when you told us your boss had given you a dodgy tip and you'd changed yours, which would have won at Cheltenham, and he gave you a box of fags to say sorry.
Yeah. I mean, at least I'm going for a refund on everything I've spent.
Can I ask you a personal question, Alan?
Sure, boss.
What's all this about Club Magazine? Surely Escort or Men Only were significantly better, weren't they?
We did have Men Only at work.
Okay. Alan, listen, you take care of yourself, mate. You keep an eye on your parents, and we will speak to you soon.
Cheers, boss.
Thank you, mate. 0344 499 1000. Jenna, I'm going to say. Is that Jenna? Who are you, caller? James.
Jason.
Ah!
Hello.
Well, you got the gender right. You win.
We're like two old grandparents. Is that Jenna or Jason or James?
No, Jason. Jenna's girl's name.
Jenna is
You're
girl's
right.
name.
You're
Jenna
right.
is girl's name.
The problem is we're looking at a very, very fuzzy screen, and we can.
I'm not a girl.
Prove
okay,
it.
well,
I'm not a girl.
Prove it.
I'm not. What do you mean? I'm not going to prove it.
There's only one way. Touch it.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'm doing it right now. I've been for the last 50 minutes.
I don't care.
What have you got for us, Jenna?
It's not called Jenna.
What's it called?
Jason.
What? Jason. Thank you, Jason. What have you got for us, Jace? Big Jace.
Jason.
Coming in on the ones and twos.
Well, that guy that's talking about that horse racing thing. You can go down the fairground, can't you? Are they out of
Gosh, I didn't think it was possible, but we've okay. I won't finish that sentence, but some of you have finished it at home. You can go to where?
The fairground horse racing things.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Oh, you can't. Shit. Right. Yeah. Excuse my language. Yeah. Okay,
I'll excuse it once.
Yeah, I'm a bit out of touch. I haven't really been listening to what's been going on. See, I live in a truck in the middle of nowhere, see, so I'm a bit out of touch. All I listen to is...
Self-isolation, very fashionable.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, yeah, see. Why
are you living in a truck?
What?
Why are you living in a truck?
Because that's where I live. No reason, that's just where I live.
Okay, but why a truck? Because I live in a house. Because convention, that's conventional. What did your family live in trucks? What is this nonsense?
Yeah, no, I just live in a truck. I have done for years. It's just my way, my choice, my lifestyle choice, shall we say?
Does the truck drive?
Of course it drives. Yeah, it wouldn't be a truck otherwise, would it?
Well, it could be. You can get trucks that don't drive.
It could be, yeah, it could be, yeah.
Dump that, Sam, and we'll say goodbye to that caller. Thank you very much indeed. 03444991000. Sam will have dumped that because he is a mighty professional. That's one of the exciting things. Let's go to, I'm going to say Kanye. Catherine, who do you think we're going to...
Roger.
Is that Kanye or Roger?
It's Kanye.
It's Kanye, I was...
No, it's Roger.
What you got, my friend?
Oh, I can barely hear you now.
It's because he was looking at the screen.
There we
How about now, big man? Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There we go.
I'll try and keep this a little bit light, but...
Hey, listen, we can get dark, we can get light. These are uncharted territories and times, my friend. We can go all over the place.
I've had a little wobble last couple of days, to be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have, my friend.
Well...
Anything specific that was concerning you?
My dad's 70.
And
he's got a compromised immune system because he's on immunosuppressant drugs.
Yep, that's all.
And if it's right, they're saying that sounds like it will be from the weekend that they'll be asking the over 70s to self-isolate. It seems a little bit pointless, him self-isolating, if I don't as well.
Well, you're living with him, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna would have to isolate that house.
That's what I mean.
Will be sealed.
It seems like it'll be defeating the object if I don't. Yeah. It's public transport I'm worried about more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah. You're right. If either that or he there is another way of doing it is he stays in a room or two rooms. And you don't go in there, you leave his food outside, he opens, there's that. I don't know how easy it would be for you to have different bathrooms or not.
Tricky.
Yeah, of course it would.
It's because my financial situation is that, it's pretty well known now that I'm a jobless bum on disability benefits. They'll continue, but it just worries me that I'm going to have to ring the job centre tomorrow because it's like, I can take a bit of a financial hit, but in a few months, the money that I've got put aside will dry up.
Yeah, of course it will.
And
can they not send you? Well, here's the thing. This is why we can go there for a little bit. This is why so many people are calling out Boris Johnson for being ineffectual, because he did a really obvious card trick today where you could see what he was doing, and the card trick was this: telling us, members of the public, don't go out, don't go to the theatre, don't go to restaurants, don't go to clubs. The card trick that you saw him palm the card, was him not saying to restaurants, bars, clubs and theatres, the government's going to look after you. They basically said, don't go out, a lot of these places are still going to be operating. So what are those people supposed to do? So at some point, Roger, and at some point, I've really got faith that they're going to do the right thing. I've got faith, because you have to have faith. At some point, they're going to come out and say, right, those small businesses, we're going to look after you in some way. You won't get as much as you would get if you were functioning. We'll give you some. And they'll have to say to people on, what is it? It's not job seekers allowance anymore. What is it?
I'm still on job seeker.
They still do that.
It's complicated.
Yeah, but they will have to say, we're still going to pay you. They will have to at some point say, we're still going to pay you whether you can come in or not.
Somebody sent me something online saying that basically that they'll waive so that's what calmed me down a bit earlier. That's when I had a nice Twitter wobble. And that's the positive side of Twitter. I said, with the things you've been doing about asking people if they want to chat or whatever.
Yeah. And
somebody sent me something, and it's like basically saying you'd be excused. But it doesn't say if I'm self-isolating to protect someone else. I'm not protecting myself. I'm not worried about me.
Yeah.
As I said, my dad, he's had a good innings, bless him, but I'm not ready to let him.
It's not his time. It's not his time. It's not my mum's time. It's not Kath's mum's time. It's not our families. It's not their time. And if they are being used as collateral damage, well then, Prime Minister Cummings and his lackey Johnson have got another thing coming. But it is weird knowing. Someone's just tweeted, good that we're lifting the gloom. Let's get gloomy for a second because this is real and we've got to go to the news in a second. It's people we know are going to die. I'm hoping it's not your dad, man. I'm hoping it's not my mum.
Yeah,
but
I know. It's
people we know are going to die.
I was so angry with George.
My cat?
Night, and
George. I heard that.
He phoned Daryl in the early hours of this morning and pretty much repeated the same thing. Okay. And I was spitting blood.
Okay.
People actually thinking like that, especially someone like George, who I like George.
No, of course George thinks like that.
And there are a whole, there is a hashtag boomer remover, and there are some young people, really small number of young people who are celebrating that older people will die. That's where we're at. But Roger, I genuinely believe that this government, and I'm not a Tory, I genuinely believe they're going to end up doing the right thing. I have to believe it, otherwise we're all going to go insane.
Yeah.
And if you get really, really short of cash, give us, get in touch, all right?
I'm not going to be ultra short of cash, and I said hopefully, if the worst comes to the worst, whether I end up on like carer's allowance or something instead of what I'm getting at the moment, because whatever happens, my disability living allowance, I get that no matter what.
Roger, listen, I have to go to the news. Stay in touch. I just want to, can I just try, some people, thank you, Roger. Some people are saying if I shout, the sound dips. Have you noticed that sound? I cut out the sound sometimes.
Yeah, it has been cutting out. I don't think it's a noise.
I think it's when
it's just happened randomly.
All right, I'm going to mess around with some levels while we're doing this, dear listener. Oh, thank you for those calls, and thank you, Roger. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yesterday was kind of like the 4th of July. The way your face lit up the entire sky. Had to look away because it hurt my eyes. The way you hit me was a big surprise. Didn't know what to say. I wasn't making any sense, but it felt okay. Asked you if it was my birthday. This kind of thing don't happen every day. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. I didn't think an angel. Just like a child, a little curious, a little wild, live in the moment and you'll never go out of style. You know it's really been a while. I didn't think an angel would get in my way. Let me tell you, excuse me, won't you step aside? I don't got no room for you in my life. I don't got the patience to love again. Song.
Actually, Kath, you're over-egging that particular brown pudding.
No, George has over-egged it, flipping it.
George is one of my young cats. He's 7 months old.
Yeah, well,
Why don't you lower the tone and tell the boys and girls what happened?
You would think he was an old human man who'd eaten a curry.
He's got a runny bottom, and he did a poo in the kitchen in the litter tray, as is his wont.
And I got caught in the line of it, and it made me go, huh?
But she's now sat there with her hands over her mouth going, huh, 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 huh. He's a 7-month-old cat who's done a poo. Grow up. Grow up. You won't survive this if you don't get street smarts like me.
I feel like I'm chewing on it. That's the problem.
0344 499 1000, the late night alternative. It's sounding a little bit different tonight. I'm Ian Lee. Who are you?
Catherine Boyle.
Because we're coming from my house, as we will be from now on. Big email from the big boss. News Corps, the big boss. I didn't get it, but it was passed on to me by another member of staff, basically saying that building, News Corps, is closed down except for essential people only. So I suspect, I don't know if it's going to start tomorrow. I would imagine it will start tomorrow. All of the radio shows from Talk Radio will be coming from presenters' homes. But we were the first. It was our idea. So hopefully the sound quality isn't too bad. We've had a few people say that when I shout, the audio disappears. So I just won't shout. Screw you. But I will be thinking shouts. Remember that. We are. This is such a weird time, man. This is so weird, and I've seen so many people on Twitter. It's kind of my real outlet. Who are really scared. So what Kath and I talked about this, and what we sort of want to do is this was your comparison, the Gracie Fields and George Formby. We want to be the entertainers. Danny Baker did a great tweet last week, and I might have read it out on air, maybe it was on Twitch, just saying, now more than ever, if there's times of great crisis like war and stuff, you'd always get variety, light entertainment, variety, laughs, because it's just as important. He said, but now all we're getting is this news. So we want to carry on doing we want to carry on doing a silly, dumb show.
A big show for big kids.
That some people really like and some people don't like. But
the serious people are getting their radio for the rest of the time.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to mess around. We're going to, talk about silly pop music. I think I might have, the lovely Will Guy, who's listening, has given me a few suggestions on how I might be able to play a little bit of music and stuff if I buy a little mixer. So I've got a mixer. I've got to check it's the right one. If it's not, I'll order another little mixer. So we're going to turn my living room into a proper studio. And we're going to do the silly stuff. But it doesn't mean you can't phone in and go, I'm really scared about this. Because I'll let you into a little secret, dear listener. I'm cacking myself about this. I have moments of feeling great. And I've noticed the moments I feel great are when I'm helping someone else. Felt great going around to see Betty earlier on. And so moments like that, feeling good. And today I was really quite low today, and I was struggling. So I meditated, I listened to the new James Taylor album, and I read a bit of Louis Theroux's book. Just nice James Taylor, nice Louis Theroux, nice. Turn the radio off, nice. And do you know what? It helped a bit. It helped a bit. These are freaky times, man. And if you want to phone up and say you're scared, we're here for that, all right? We are totally here for that, and you'd be very welcome. 0344 499 1000. We also want to try and come over the next few weeks, because this is going to go on for ages. Over the next few weeks is try and come up with ways that we can help you. We can help. Here's the thing I keep going back to. It's now, for me, it's about sort of my local community. It's small. Everything has been getting bigger and bigger over the past 20, 30, 50 years. Now, for me, it's small. How can I help Betty on that side, David on that side, and maybe, going, I live near a place called Prince's Risborough. I'm kind of thinking of maybe helping volunteer with some kind of thing that helps older people. I don't know. I need to have a little look online. But for me, it's kind of about the local community.
Yeah, concentrate on your little bubble.
Yeah. And if everyone does that, which I think a lot of people will for a while, I think a lot of people haven't quite realised how long this is going to go on for yet, but I can still hear my voice. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Anyway, I kind of gone off track a little bit. This show is going to be us sticking around. It's also, if you want to phone up and share, how you're feeling, that is absolutely fine. Yes, you were going to say something,
I was
madam.
going to read you the text I got back from my elderly neighbour.
Oh, yes, please do, please do.
I got my eldest to pop a note through on her way to school. I'd written him a note saying, we don't know what's going to happen, but if you find that you get stuck, he's 93 or something.
Reply to Jenny, who's asked, is it safe to listen to the show? Because I'm really upset with all
Define
this
safe.
stuff. We are still...
So I wrote this note for him this morning because I was thinking, what can I do? I think a lot of the anxiety is about feeling helpless and that things are out of our control.
Yeah.
Well, things are not out of your control. There are things you can do. You can make sure that your kids are all right. You can make sure you wash your hands. And you can look out for your older neighbours.
Yep, definitely.
And your parents, if you're still looking.
I'm having so much fun washing hands with my kids. So much fun, because we are just making rude filth. Oh, very quickly, sorry. You've all seen the clip of Prince Charles coming out at a film premiere or something.
It's on RT, yeah.
And he comes out of the car and he goes to shake the hand of the dude, and then he remembers, I can't shake. So he puts his hand together in kind of the prayer thing, and then he gets introduced to someone else, and he goes to shake their hand, and he goes, I can't. And he pulls the hand back, and he does the prayer thing and
voiced
bows.
by an Irish guy. It's like,
No,
Japanese
the original thing is silent. The original thing is silent, and he comes out and he. Well, there is now the funny version where an Irish guy has voiced Prince Charles coming out, going to shake someone's hand and going, oh, effing hell, we're not supposed to do that. And he goes to shake, oh, effing hell, there I go again. Oh, we're all Chinese now, konnichiwa. And I showed it to my 8 and 10-year-old boys. It is they were in hysterics. Partly because it's got swears in, so it's funny. But they were in absolute hysterics at that. If you can, I'll retweet it. I'll find it while Kath is doing this. I'm going to turn my back on you, Catherine. Don't do a Grace Jones on me. I'll find it and retweet it. And I showed it to my 8 and 10-year-olds. And then my 8-year-old, the next day, I'd forgotten about it. He started doing it. I said, what did you say? Oh, he's doing the Prince Charles. I'll find it. You tell the boys and girls what you're going to tell.
Yeah, so I wrote a note for the neighbour. Nothing heavy. And he's a very proud man. And he still does his own garden. And, we all know an older person like that. As far as he's concerned, he's fine. But I just had this image of him sitting in a house opposite, and his children are quite far away, and what if they can't get round there? Yep. Anyway, so I put a note, got my eldest to put a note through. I didn't lick the envelope, always thinking, this morning, and it had my mobile number on it, my husband's mobile number on it, and it just said, if you need anything, I know that you probably got it all sorted, we don't know what's going to happen, if you need us, here's our number, we care, we're here. And I got this lovely message, a text message from him, right? I mean, this is something. This is a 93-year-old man using a mobile phone. And unlike my mother, he's managed to take it off caps lock.
Yes, man!
It says, thanks for thinking of me. That's very kind of you. Hopefully I've thought of all scenarios. And made arrangements. Yes, even the unpleasant ones.
Oh...
As regards shopping, I've already booked weekly slots with Tesco's up to Easter Saturday, but as we all know, with this unknown situation, things happen, so I appreciate very much your offer of help. Thanks again. And please remember, your young ladies can use my drive to practice on those terrifying wheels.
Beautiful.
You know what he's talking about there?
What? Oh, the hoverboards.
The hoverboard.
Fantastic.
Those terrifying wheels.
Fantastic.
And he puts his name, with apologies for texting, but safer than handled notes. Isn't it, though?
I cannot find that clip. So if someone can find the clip of...
I retweeted that.
If you can find it, we'll retweet it because it's very funny. NSFW. NSFW, but very, very funny.
Don't watch it in front of the kids unless you don't mind them being swearing.
0344 499 1000. We've got a couple of calls. I can't read their names. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I think we might have a full switchboard. So, Catherine, button it. Let's go to, I'm going to say, Mark.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Hello, Mark. How you doing, mate?
All right, man. I'll do the quick bit. There's just several bits and pieces. To do with your mic, I think you're getting too physically close. So if you keep a handspan away. Are you there?
Because I've not done this. I've not done this job before. So you were a handspan away from the mic. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. You're used to real microphones, as in studio microphones. I've been through the mill of...
We're not, though, because our studio microphones are rubbish.
Are they? But yeah, I did various broadcasting in the 90s and stuff, and various other.
Yeah, I've been doing it in the 90s and the 2000s, so I kind of know. But I think it's more the technical. But thank you. I think it's more the system that we are using at the moment. I don't think it's a matter of closeness.
Yeah, I
my
know.
rather expensive Blue Yeti is doing the trick. Anyway,
It's got several different settings on it, though, hasn't it? It's got about 4 different cartroids.
It's got 4
stereo.
Yep.
And some others, I don't know which one you're on and which way round or whatever, but have a think about it.
We're on the right one. We're on the right one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
what
just
else were
trying
you
to
going to
help.
say, Mark?
Well, I work in the recording studio as well.
We work in radio. We work in radio. Anyway, what else have you got for us?
Anyway, right. The most useful thing I think you could do is, because you have international callers, is for people that have had the virus to tell me what it was like day by day and how they got through it. In what did they take? What did they do, not do? What did work? What didn't work? Because there's lots of people theorising about things.
Mark, hello. Do you not think you can hear that on every single other show, on every single other radio station, all the time?
I haven't heard anyone that's actually had it and said, you know, day one filled.
I had 2 people on Friday.
There was the one guy, 23 stone, but he said he wasn't nice, but that was about it. That's what I heard.
You didn't hear Paul the day before who'd had it and been approached by people in hazmat suits?
But he didn't say really about day by day. How many days does it last?
Oh,
You
day
know what
by
I mean?
day.
That
Do you
sort of
really
thing.
think that maybe people want their minds taken off it a little bit?
Well, I'm saying is, if we know that it's going to last 5 days, and, you know...
But it might not. Not for everyone.
I realise, but I'm just trying to help. If we know what we're encountering, then it's much easier.
But it is different for everyone. But that's
I
the thing, it's different for
realise,
everyone.
but
Some people...
it would help calm people down. That's my argument.
I don't think it would. I think it would scare people.
I suppose I'm saying from an unknown situation. You know what I mean?
But you're assuming they'll get better. What if the person we're speaking to suddenly disappears?
Well, it's people that have been through it. They're now well. That's what I'm asking.
Don't get angry. I'm just saying that it's different. It's different. Hang on, sorry, let me do my handspan. Right, it's different for everybody, because some people have had it and they didn't even know they had it.
I understand. I'm just trying to help.
And some people have had it.
It's just sort of...
Okay.
Go on.
And some people have had it and it's been really bad. Some people have had it, it's been okay. There's the thing. Here's the thing. I think more... when I was saying how can we help, I was thinking more in what can we practically do. In terms of taking toilet roll to my next door neighbour, going online and playing games with kids. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I would rather leave something as grown up as that. Hey, listen, if anyone's had it, give us a call or talk to you. Of course we will. But I would rather leave something like that to the grown-ups.
We are grown-ups as well. Your show is unique in the sense we're hitting the points. And the thing is, if someone's been through it, I just
and I'm saying they are welcome to call in.
The situation.
Okay, they are welcome to call in. But I think they're being silenced by the Chinese government. But that's by the by. I think they are welcome to. They are welcome to call in. But I would rather leave something like that to the grown-up presenters. Is what I'm saying. Not saying that the listeners aren't grown-ups, but to one of the grown-up presenters. I would rather talk about what can I do in my community tomorrow to help people. What can I do online at the weekend when I've got 2 hours free to make people's lives a little bit better?
Well, it's like tomorrow I've got to go and sign on. You know what I mean? And that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
It's sort of, even the electric doors don't work, so you've got to grab the handle of the door, and it's like, oh no. So I'm going to be wearing gloves. It's as simple as that.
Excellent, Mark. Thank you for that call, and thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. Pete's got an interesting tweet there. Have you read that one from Pete?
Yeah, it's a good one. Thanks very much, Pete. We hadn't thought of that. Thanks for trying to help.
Read it out. It's good.
It says, "Hi guys. It says, sometimes you play music underneath your talking. Just so you know, that's called a bed. And it's best to always make sure it's quieter than the talking by adjusting the volume. You've done it right so far, though, so well done you. And I also noticed that Dave, Dogface Boy, is being really handy. He says, I like how you're thrown to ad breaks. It's very professional.
Did that guy... Well, he was being helpful, I get it. But did that guy really say he worked in radio in the 90s?
Yes.
We're working in the 90s. The Nanty police. Let's go. But thank you. Be kinder. Be kinder. Listen, if you've had it, I'd love to talk to you. But,
If you want a blow-by-blow account...
Sorry?
May I suggest Twitter? Just look up, because people are stuck indoors with it, and they are documenting it. For example, our colleague Jamie East.
Has he got it?
Looks like it, yeah.
Has he got it? Seriously?
Well, have a look.
How long has he had it for?
Let's have a look. Jamie.
Because I was playing with his Willie 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. At his behest.
Here we go. Lots of people asking...
Do it in his voice.
I don't know how he does a voice.
He talks like that.
No, he doesn't.
I'm Jamie East, I got dirt on you. I got dirt on you.
Lots of people asking this, so I thought I'd do a thread. This is what the symptoms are. This started as mild flu symptoms a week ago. You know the drill, aching legs, slightly blocked nose. I'm not going to read any more, because if you're interested, you can have a look. But I know a lot of people are sick of hearing about it.
You gotta stay tuned. We'll keep dropping bits of Jamie's journey to the dark side. Coming up live through the night. On Dog Radio through the night. We're going to take you to the dark side and back.
What are you doing?
I want to be an American radio host.
I know, so do I. When I was in America visiting my sister in Georgia, there was a woman on the radio who talked like that, and she talked late night. Hello. And it was just the sexiest thing you've ever heard. I don't even know what she was saying. It didn't matter, because she was talking like that, really close to the microphone. And her chair didn't squeak like mine. Listen to this.
Here's what we're doing, guys. We're doing a crowdfunder because we're doing this in my spare room, in Nana's bedroom, in my house. And I really want 2 comfy chairs. I want a nice USB mixer and another microphone. I reckon I can get all of those things. I've priced it up, and I can get all of those things for £5,000. So please send me £5,000 so that we can be more comfortable. And also, I want a blanket, a special broadcasting blanket, which has got a G95 filter in it to protect me from coronavirus. I reckon I can do all this for about £10,000. So please, please, send me your money. Don't send any money. Good evening, Jackie.
Oh, hello. Hi, everybody. You okay?
Jackie sounds like she's just come out on stage at the Palladium.
Hello, TLNA.
Yeah, 40 minutes later, but I'm still here, still listening. What a fascinating show. I've been listening to all the comments.
Isn't it? Real attitude from the last 2 callers.
Oh, it's been amazing. Right. Okay. We've got a group on my WhatsApp, and we're all around the world and whatever, and a few of us are meeting up for a meal. We were going tomorrow night, but we've cancelled it till Thursday, and then it may go on.
'Cause it'll be done by then.
Yeah. But one of my
Why have you cancelled it till Thursday?
I don't know, they've just said, all right, we're all meeting Thursday. I said, well, I can't come Thursday because I'm in work. Up to now, I'm in work. But whether I will be in work on Thursday, I don't know.
Don't go to this meal on Thursday.
I've got a better idea. Here's what you do. You all sit in your own houses, and you get on like a WhatsApp group. Can you do it? Can you do like a gang hangout? And eat in front of each other.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. I've got a nice ready meal ready to go in the microwave. Ping.
Boom.
Beautiful.
And that way, no one has to drive. You can all get absolutely blotto.
But one of them said, her name's Sue. She lives in New Jersey. The education thing at the moment, where they're going to close schools down here, have we got this in our country? She said to us today, she said, my daughter, all our schools have been closed down in New Jersey, but she is on a virtual classroom with her teacher.
Yeah, my boys are going to have that.
Do we have that here?
I know that my boys' school is probably going to close this week. They're going to do it on a day-by-day basis. And I know that if the school carries on Wednesday, they will be coming home at lunchtime so the teachers can be taught how to do online classes. So they're all up to speed. And that they will be having online classes, yeah. I don't know if all the schools are doing that.
but isn't that,
it doesn't exist.
really? I mean, the kids can still. They'll think, don't close the schools down because the kids will run riot. They won't stay in. They'll run around the streets. They'll be playing out. But if they've got a virtual classroom where they've got to be in the house they've all got iPads and laptops and whatever. So it was just a case of, is this the way to go? It's a solution, isn't it?
I disagree that if they don't have school online, they'll be running wild and you won't be able to keep them in. It's called being a parent, isn't it? Being responsible for your kids.
Some parents are more responsible than others.
Oh, some parents are crack addicts.
Well, I wouldn't go that
Isn't it, though? Well, no, some of them are. Here's the thing. It's going to be... We're in uncharted territory. Yeah, some kids probably will be going out having the time of their lives. My boys are going to be cleaning my chimney. That's not a euphemism, but they'll actually be up the chimney.
Those kids won't be staying in doing schoolwork anyway. Will they?
Yeah. We hope so. You know what I mean? My granddaughter came home today. She had a bit of a headache. Her eyes were sore and she wasn't feeling too well. My daughter phoned me up and said, Mum, I've run out of Calpol. And I went, yeah. And she said, can you get me some? And I went, yeah, good luck with that. And I actually went into a chemist in where I live, and I went in, I said, have you got any Calpol? She said, yeah, we've got loads. I said, thank you, give me a bottle, that's fine. And I got a bus, and I went straight down to hers, and I said, right, there's the Calpol, stop panicking. My daughter's got anxiety problems and things, so everything upsets her.
I don't like the stop. This isn't a criticism of you. This is a criticism online. I don't like the stop panicking line because this is so unique and so new. And someone I said online the other day, I'm worried I'm never going to hold my mum's hand again. And someone said, "Oh, stop panicking, stop fear mongering, scaremongering." And I'm not. It's a genuine concern, and it is very easy. Go on.
Do you think that my sister works as a domestic in a care home, and they're just saying we really don't want any family members visiting. They're keeping everyone in care homes and things as safe as possible. But
it doesn't work like that. I don't know if you know how viruses work. It doesn't work like that.
Right. Okay.
Because all it takes is for one visitor, one, I don't know, plumber, one carer to, get it from their kids, and it's in there. It's in the care homes. I'm terrified. Exactly. My mum's got immunodeficiency, and it will kill her, and it will kill a significant number of people in that care home if it gets in there.
Yeah, I'm high risk in it. I've got chronic asthma.
Stop panicking.
I'm not panicking. We went out to a group meeting today in the group I run on a Monday. We all met up. As long as everyone was fit and healthy to go to the group, we all...
No, but you don't know that. But here's the thing, right? All these idiots going out to bars and stuff like that, you don't know if someone's healthy. You can be, you can have it and not show any symptoms for a week, 2 weeks.
Or at all. Have you seen Idris Elba on Twitter? He's had it and he didn't realise until he got tested because he'd been around someone who had it.
I'm going to be honest. If I had, I'm avoiding people and I'm fit in every sense of the word. If I had asthma or a lung condition, I wouldn't be going out for meals. I wouldn't be going to group events. Kath, last week or 2 weeks ago when we went to this awards thing, and I said I'm not shaking anyone's hand, and Kath kind of looked at me a bit funny. But now I was right. It was actually a bit nuts of us all going to that awards thing. You've got to be so careful, man. You've got to be so careful. And I just think people going out to bars and clubs and stuff like that, I think you're idiots.
Yeah, we were going to go out for Paddy's Day tomorrow in Liverpool. We're not going. We're not risking it. But the arena here in Liverpool have still not cancelled every single concert that's going on. My granddaughter,
and that's a financial thing.
Yeah, my daughter's due to go and see Disney on Ice on the 29th for her birthday.
God, load of kids.
And they still haven't said online, we're taking it day by day. We'll let you know if we're going to cancel it. And
can I read you a tweet from the great philosopher of our times, Danny Baker?
Yeah.
The government's advice about avoiding pubs and clubs and theatres without ever saying they actually will be closed is one of the most despicable, cynical things I've known in all my life. It's because many of their old Tory uni chums run insurance companies now. It's all about money now. Cancelling. If they cancel Disney on Ice, someone is going to lose £1 million. It's going to happen. So, of course, they're going to keep it going, and then it's up to you whether you go or you don't go. But until the government say we are closing everything, and then you can make, then they can make, the companies can then make an insurance claim. Until they say that, everything's going to be open.
Do you think with the Premier League football, though, that was Liverpool's decision the other week to let 3,000 Madrid fans into Liverpool?
I don't know that story. And we're going off on a slight tangent. Hey, listen, thank you very much for your call. Be safe. 0344. Take care. Bye-bye. 0344 499 1000. Sam, come on the microphone, please.
Hello.
Sam is still in there. What the hell are you doing with our...
I think your phone might have fallen off the staples.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Sorry, hang on. I'll check that now.
Very, very. Can you? Oh, you can't take a picture of your end because your phone is the end. Thank you.
Oh, bless him. Look.
Just put. He's paused the video, mate. He paused it. Sam, there we go. Just put a caller through, please. Hello. Hello. Who's there?
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know who this is. I can't see any of the names. Who is this, please?
It's Caitlin.
Hello, Caitlin.
Hiya. I just thought I'd phone with a solution to the shopping delivery problem.
What's the shopping delivery problem?
Well, all the websites have gone down because they've got no delivery slots left.
Have they? I don't think they've all gone down.
Well, Waitrose and Tesco's were down earlier.
I'm just logging into Tesco's now because we've got to be very factual with this, as we said before. Tesco's website is open.
Oh, is it back up?
Tesco's and Waitrose are back up, and I'm going to see if I can book a slot for a Tesco's delivery. I don't need one. There's no slots this week. There's no slot. I mean, there's no slots. There's slots from the... Oh, jeez. Well, I better get a shop in. There's slots from March the 31st. But the website is open and you can use it and you can order stuff. So I might as well get a shop in.
I thought of a bit of a solution. I remembered that the local milkman delivers a lot of other stuff. So I went on there and got a delivery from him. And they even deliver toilet roll.
Oh, blimey! There you go.
They do.
Well, then that's good. Yeah, there's ways. I got thousands of loo rolls. I haven't. I think I've got. Sorry. You're right.
I just thought I'd mention it.
Brilliant, Caitlin. Thank you for that. It's good to have these little tips for people who are maybe getting a little bit stuck. I appreciate that.
Okay, no probs. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye bye. 0344. Bye bye. 0344 499 1000. What do you reckon that says? I can't read. He's positioned the phone just so we can't make out the name on the second line.
That might be. Is that the bottom of a Is that
Cersei? Is that Cersei? Well, what's your name, caller?
Margaret.
You didn't sound, Margaret. You didn't sound sure then.
Well, I've lost my voice because I've had a bad cold, and the last call, I don't know what microphone you were using, but it was a terrible line to me. Anyway,
what was a terrible line?
It's all right now. Oh, well,
okay. All right. What you got for us, Margaret? And by the way, Sam, with line one, thank them, but not this year. Thank you. Yes.
Are you talking,
Margaret?
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't going to phone up about this, but that lady, that teacher or lady who was saying about children being taught online, Ian, it really did upset me because one-parent families really living on the breadline do not have computers.
Do you know what? That's a really good point that I should have picked up on straight away. And
never mind, darling, never mind.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Thank you.
Okay. So much now, people take it for granted. But anyway, not about that. I actually was calling in a few callers ago was saying that he'd like some people to call in who have this dreaded lurgy.
I've not heard the phrase the dreaded lurgy for years. That's brilliant. That's what we're calling it from now on. Thank you.
Well, I'm a very, very old lady, you see, so anyway, and he wanted people who had this dreaded lurgy to phone in and tell us what it's like. And I did understand your and Catherine's arguments about it, that it varies from person to person. But myself and my family and friends would find it interesting to hear a few people phoning in and saying what it's like.
Well, here's the thing: we are inviting people to call in if they've got it, but you're more likely to hear that on another radio show. I want to, where possible, keep this show. If you had to have a fight, here we go, Margaret. Let's do it. If you had to have a fight with one of the Beatles, which Beatle do you think you could beat, and from what year? So could you beat? I reckon I could beat 1984 Paul McCartney up quite easily. 1967 Paul McCartney, I'm not so sure.
Oh, Ian, I'm not on that radio, I'm afraid. So, I'll cut off now. And I'm sorry if my voice.
Okay, thanks for the call, Margaret. I appreciate that. Let's go to Chris. Good evening, Chris.
Right, yeah, it's Chris, truck driver from Swaddling Cones, Derbyshire, Barming in Surrey at the moment. Just a few points. I've just wrote a few down. The first point. When the lady mentioned about the Atletico Madrid game, and he said it wasn't really relevant. I mean, if you think about it,
I tell you what, Chris, you've called the wrong show, mate. You've called the wrong show. I said I didn't know the story and that I wanted to move on. I didn't say it wasn't really relevant. I'm not here, mate. I'm not going to argue with you. I disagree with you.
I hadn't called in for that.
But you haven't called in for that. But that's literally the first thing that you mentioned. So you had called in for that.
Well, no, it wasn't. I called in for something else, and I heard that while I was on the line.
Well, then why don't you talk about the thing you actually called in for instead of talking about the thing you hadn't called in for, but it was the first thing that you mentioned in the call?
Well, fair enough. I mean, if you think that telling everyone to panic's the right thing to do, then...
Because, Chris, you're right. We've spent the last hour and 40 minutes telling everyone to panic.
Well, I mean...
We've spent the last hour and 40 minutes, 100 minutes telling people to panic. You're right. Do you think maybe we should stop telling people to panic?
Well, you're not telling people deliberately to panic, but you're saying that...
I'm not telling anybody... Chris, shut up and listen. You're too thick for... Shut up and listen, because Sam put his fader down. Chris, we are in uncharted territory, right? And me and Catherine are humans. We're just humans, right? We are perfectly... imperfect, but we are trying more than ever to tread through this minefield. I'm saying minefield, not minefield. As delicately as a ballerina slowly tiptoeing through a minefield, right? We are trying to... we're not going to get it right every time, okay? But we are trying so delicately. And I know that we have not in any way told people to panic. And if we've given that impression, I apologise humbly from the bottom of my heart, but I'm pretty sure, nay, almost positive, that is not what we have said, Chris.
I've just been into Tesco's in Egham, and it was like, I mean, I'm not exaggerating here.
Did you hear anything I said, Chris?
Yeah, well, I listened to most of it, but
Bye, Chris. Thanks for your call, mate. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
No alternative. I'm Catherine Boyle. I'm on the phone because Iain kicked the cable out, and so we're trying to work out how to rejig everything. In the meantime, though, you can still give us a ring on 0344 499 1000. That's 0344 499 1000. Now, let's see if we can get someone up on the phone. Sam, can you get someone up for me? Hello, who's there?
Yeah, Evan's there.
Evan!
Hello, evening.
Hey, Evan, what's going on with you?
I'm not too bad. It's just phoning in to express my concerns with this, virus thing.
Yeah. Yeah, how you feeling about stuff, Evan?
Last week, it hadn't really sunk in, and I joked about it a little bit, but this week it really is, and I'm getting quite worried because my dad got asthma, and I'm just not too sure whether to go back home and see him.
Yeah.
Or if I'm putting him at, danger. So.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. My mum's got asthma. She only got diagnosed this year. And so it's still quite new. And it's not, do you know what I mean? Because it's new. It's not the first thing I think of. But I went over there to take some food round today. And she kind of stayed behind the door. And I thought, oh, God, we're there. We've come to that point. When we saw you back, when we did the rabbit hole in Cardiff, we were still kind of, do we shake hands, do we not shake hands? And things seem to have really kind of powered on since then, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. In university, this week, university has been closed down for me.
Yeah.
Monday it's going to be completely in lockdown, so there's some new ways of getting teaching there.
So you're going to stay out there?
Yeah, I think that's probably the safest bet, because my dad's partner has come down with a cough.
Yeah. Oh God, well, it just sounds like there's no point taking any risk there then, Evan. I would stay where you are and just keep in touch with him.
Yeah, and I'm a bit worried about my job too, and as I'm a delivery rider outside of university.
Yeah.
And they've been great by giving lots of advice and everything, but I'm just a bit wary.
Yeah, what kind of advice have they given you as a delivery driver? Because it was the first time Iain and I had thought of getting a delivery today, and I must admit we hesitated, well, to the point of not doing it in the end, because we just thought, how sure can we be that, the right precautions are being taken in the supply chain?
They've sent
so what are they telling you?
Fairly email out. They've sent about 3 emails out saying if you do come down with symptoms, they will offer financial support.
Right. Oh, that's good.
That's the first one. Then the one for the customers with the safety, they're introducing on the app a button if you're self-quarantining. So when you get close, you knock on the door, you put the food there, you stand roughly 2 meters away, and then you pick up the food that way.
And how about people? Do people ever pay at the door? How do they do that?
With delivery, it's only through card payment.
All right, so there's none of that.
So, yeah, none of that.
Yeah. Okay. Are you wearing? I'm going to ask you a stupid question just because I've not thought. This is the first day I've thought about it, because, like I say, we're kind of coming up against things that hopefully will become second nature. Sadly, will become second nature, but hopefully will become second nature, so it's not a big deal. But I noticed one of my delivery drivers was wearing gloves today. I was wondering whether that was something that they were getting you guys to do.
No, they haven't asked us to wear gloves. I carry a little bottle of hand sanitizer, and I use it after every other delivery.
Yeah.
And wash my hands.
That's brilliant.
So,
yeah.
Thoroughly.
And how many restaurants are you going to?
I haven't
Do you have a sort?
Today, when the news came out on Sunday, it seemed to be just like normal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. We will get used to it, Eben, but I think at this point it's probably worth being cautious until we work out, the best ways of doing things. Anyway, it was really nice to hear from you, Eben, and I hope your dad's all right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye now. 0344... Thanks, Eben. 0344 499 1000 is the number. I know this sounds like you're listening to the 1990s and someone's got a crossed line. It kind of is that. Let's embrace it. If you want to give us a buzz, it's 0344 499 1000. Ian's trying to get the normal service to resume, and hopefully we'll get that to you very, very soon. But in the meantime, we're doing it the old-fashioned way. 0344 499 1000. I wonder if there's another phone call there. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's that?
It's Dean.
Hello, Dean. How you doing?
Not too bad. I've been isolated for just over a week now.
How are you feeling?
Because I'm high risk. My doctor told me to go home and shut the doors, basically. And that's the only advice he could give me at the time.
And how are you feeling? You haven't got any symptoms yet?
No. I'm not. I've not been in contact with anybody where I live. I'm quite isolated, to be honest with you. It's only my partner and my grandchildren that visit. I mean, they come over the weekend, but they were fine, and we were playing a lot of indoor games, which was quite. This is what I was rung up about. Was saying to make it a bit.
I kind of assumed that if you were self-isolating, you couldn't have the kids round.
Well, you can. You said family only. Yeah. What it is, you see, my kids, my grandkids, and my kids know exactly what they have to do when they come in the house, because it's been normal procedure for us for over 12 years. Because I had the accident, and it's with my spine and difficulty in breathing. I have to watch every sort of cold, flu sort of thing, I have a flu jab, but with the grandchildren, they've always come in, wash their hands, sterilise them, and also clean their door handles as they come in. Once they're in. So they've been doing that for about 12 years now. So it's nothing new for us, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And but
they should be giving everyone else lessons.
Yeah, we started playing. We got all the old board games and puzzles out, and we were playing Monopoly for about 8 hours, I think it was.
It does take a long time, doesn't it, Monopoly?
About 8 hours, but we were thoroughly enjoying it because we were cheating as well, which made it a bit more interesting because they were looking out to see who was cheating and things like that,
Hello, sorry to bust in and be the voice of God.
Also, we got the karaoke out.
So to send everybody and be the voice of God, Catherine. Just letting you know, because we have technical difficulties, you can break whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Carry on. Sorry about that, Dean.
That's all right. Yeah, we got also a karaoke machine that goes up to the television, and they were using that as well. And there's like about 4 microphones, and we were all joining in and having a great laugh, But what we're going to do once it gets really serious is the grandchildren are not going to come around. They're going to FaceTime me every day, and we'll play some of the games like chess and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, you can do it remotely.
Yeah,
thank goodness.
Remotely, and I have done for a long time. I'm playing chess with my son in Germany.
Wow, thank goodness for
playing with him for about 4 years, I think. So
listen, thank you very much for
so on a good note.
Hang on, Dean, we're going to have to say goodbye because I need to go and take some news. But thanks so much for ringing and keep in touch with us, won't you?
Yeah, we'll do. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, and bye-bye. Bye, 0344499 1000. You're listening to Talk Radio. This is a late night alternative.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
together and we started talking. Cousin Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he come and tell me everything is alright. He kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Lord, he was. Yes, he was. How will I remember the look that was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the slide, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we've grown, and the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, yes, he was. The only one who could ever reach me. He was the sweet talking son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me. Yes, he was the son of a preacher. The only one who could ever move me. Sweet talking son of a preacher man. The only one who could ever move me. Was the son of a preacher man.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Here we go. We've done new callers, some great new calls. Everybody that called in as a new caller, please call in again.
I think Donald might call in again.
I want Donald to call in. Everyone else, call in again. But for the last hour of my last Friday, for the foreseeables, we're going to take calls straight to air. How does it work? Numbers flash up on my screen. I don't know who's coming. There is a 7-second delay. Don't swear. Don't be libelous. Otherwise, we dump it. You can phone in and say absolutely anything you want. And it works like this. I just go simply, line 1, you're on the wireless.
Am I?
Yes!
Already?
Yes, you are! You made it, my friend.
Well, how are you? You alright?
Alright, baby. What you got for us? Who are you and what have you got for us?
Well, my name's Alec. I've been listening to you for about 6 months, and every time you say new caller, I keep thinking, oh, I'll do it, and then I bottle out.
So this is you're saying you're a first-time caller?
First-time caller.
Oh, hang on, that's a rubbish bit. Hang on. There you go. You get the ding of the... did you say Alec or Alex? Alec,
like Guinness.
Alec. Hey, listen, man, nice to call you. So what's encouraged you to call in tonight then? Just for the sheer hell of it?
Well, do you know, I thought I would. Yes. And something I need to get off my chest, Ian. Something I need to get off my chest.
Yeah.
I don't know if you recall. I tweeted you yesterday. I said I'll talk about Chris Packham.
Oh, yeah.
Now I like Chris Packham.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But I've got beef with him.
Oh, no, you can't. No,
I've got beef.
Don't have beef with Chris Packham. I like Chris Packham as well, but you've got beef. Beefy Packham.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Do you recall?
Mm-hmm.
2016, February, March. He did a show with fellow Rise alumni Liz Bonin.
Yeah.
Called Cats vs. Dogs, which is the best.
Okay, whoa, hang on, please. He came down on the side of cats, obviously, right?
Well, that's the thing, you see.
Yeah.
Cats are great, but you know, if you even ask cats, they'd say the two to be dogs, right? So,
serious?
I know you've got cats, I know you love them to bits. I know you've got cats, I know you love them, and they're great.
I don't want to have to cut you off and ban you for ever calling in, but what is this? What is this absolute nonsensical propaganda you're spouting?
Oh, but you see, he annoyed me. I spent 2 hours watching him. And this programme, they did tests. So they said,
or is a cat better than a dog? Is it this? Is a cat better than a dog, or whatever?
Yes.
And everything that makes a pet, like affection and training and the like.
Hello? Are we live? Are we broadcasting? Germany calling. No, it's not Germany calling. Hello, dear listener, we're live, I think.
Wait, for how long?
I tell you what happened, is I knocked the cable out. Can we get that 90s guy back, please? All is forgiven. I tell you what happened, right? And Sam, you can come on the air. Are we broadcasting now?
Yes, we are.
Thank you. God bless you, Sam. You're so good. If you could also put the phone so that we can see where we're supposed to looking. What happened was, we've tweeted pictures of this. We'll tweet another picture later on. Me and Kath have got a microphone stand. We're like a folk group from the 60s. Mm-hmm. We've got a microphone stand in between us. And my Blue Yeti, which is a lovely microphone, is positioned so. And there is a cable plugged in that is then connected to my computer. And I knocked it out. So it should have been a quick thing of me just plugging the old cable in, and I was picking up where we were. Of course, I plugged the cable in, the mic wasn't working. Not a problem. Sam, I'll disconnect. I'll reconnect. I plugged the We couldn't reconnect. And I was giving him all these different phone numbers to keep trying, and going to Kath. Kath, go upstairs. Quick, go upstairs and go into the boys' bedroom and use your phone.
And just to give you a picture of what was going on upstairs, I'm lying on one of the beds upstairs.
One of my boys' beds?
Yeah. With my legs kicked up at the back like a teenager, chained to Eben.
Oh my God.
So apologies to those guys, because they deserve better.
Oh my God.
I may have also made a bit of a mistake coming out of the news as well.
Oh, what's happened now?
So because obviously where I was trying to play stuff to keep it going. I played the recording of you from last week, but I hadn't closed YouTube, so it just auto played the next song, and I didn't notice because obviously I was still I had it on quiet. And
Beautiful.
So, yeah, it was a bit of a mess.
But this is what, Sam, this is the joy of it, right? Is again, it's that kick bollock scramble. It's a real British, we're all doing our best, but none of us quite know what we're doing. Yeah. Get used to it, guys. This is the next 6 months, at least, for the whole country. I also like the quite psychedelic, there's a Dusty Springfield playing. People are listening, going, I've heard this before, and what's that music in the background? I like that. And there's me. I don't know anything about computers. I'm switching it off and I switched it off and on 3 times.
It worked though, didn't it?
Well, and I think a little bit of this is luck. And then I'm thinking, have I subscribed to have I got up the subscription? My God, it's gone from £24 a month to £360 a month. That can't be it. We've got it working, guys. And this is it. This is it. They're not going to let an important show like Julia's or Mike's be the test. Of course we're the test. We're the guinea pigs. So that the producers of those shows, they're not award-winning shows, but the producers of those shows will be listening going, right, okay, don't do that. We don't do that. Just listing things not to do. Kicking cables out and ballsing it up is not. And also taking phone calls whilst lying on my children's beds is.
Listen, it worked. That was the bit that worked.
Thank you, Sam. Sam, here's me panicking, going effing and jeffing, and I think I may have sworn so loudly that while you're on the phone to Eben, you may have heard me going, "Oh, effing hell!" I didn't. And Sam is being very, very, very calm, and me going, all right, Sam, this is going to take 10 minutes, but play a best of. I'm almost going into a teenage drop. Me.
That's unlikely.
Of all people. We're back. It's 13 minutes past 12. We are back. Let's go to Nigel first. Good evening, Nigel, my friend.
Oh, good evening, Ian. I was listening to the show earlier.
Oh, well, that makes a change. Did you like it?
No, I put it on every evening now on the internet. I listen on the internet.
Nice one. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm very worried about catching that virus. I've been going out shopping every day as usual. But I've got no money till Wednesday. I'm in that situation. I've got nothing for dinner. Well, down to about £1 left for tomorrow.
Okay, that's just tomorrow you've got to get through. Can I make a personal suggestion? And it's the suggestion of the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Don't go out unless you really have to.
Well, I have to go out shopping, and
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that's going out, though. A lot of people decided to go out and they're not
A lot of
worried
people
about
going out and murdering doesn't mean you should do that. Well, yes, go to go shopping and get your food. I'd really
Yeah,
suggest
well,
if you're nervous about
go out, that's all I do. Go out and get that and come straight
if
back.
you are nervous about catching it, you just come straight back home and you stay home. You keep washing your hands after you've been out, after you've
Surely
handled the food.
in the countryside, it's in the countryside and the fresh air should help, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I imagine that would be
fresh
okay.
air.
I imagine that would be okay. Yeah.
But mainly in the countryside, you see, I'm not with a lot of people.
Good. Well, then that's
only,
hey,
only
listen.
when I go into the supermarket and straight out again. That's all.
Okay. Well, then you
not
do that,
too
my
bad,
friend.
is it?
Nigel, I never thought I'd ask this.
Yes.
Have you got an upbeat song you could sing us?
No. Well, I mean, I was going to do "Smile," that ballad "Smile." I like.
I
singing
think
that.
here's I'm going to implement a strict rule.
Mm.
While this dreaded lurgy is going around,
Yes.
I want upbeat songs only.
Well, I haven't
Smile's a
got
little
any-
bit
obviously I haven't
miserable.
got anything ready, and I can't make a noise for the neighbours.
Okay, well then why don't you give us a call tomorrow
But I have
with
to
an
find something.
yeah
maybe
with a
more-
nice upbeat song. It's your job, Nigel, as
all right,
as an entertainer to lift the spirits of
well,
the
would
nation.
you like a jazz song, which upbeat?
I'd love a
as
jazz,
well?
an upbeat
Yeah.
jazz. Yeah.
A quick jazz one, maybe in a minute. So it's okay for me to go. I haven't got signs of the thing at all because
Not everyone does.
But they did. The doctor said on the television that you can have it and not be ill.
Some people can have it.
Just have just a mild symptom and get over it.
Nigel, what I'm going to say is important. Yes, some people might have it and not be ill. All I can
Especially
suggest to
if
you,
you're not disabled
all I can,
as well.
Nigel, you've really got to listen because this is important. You have to take care of yourself. That means washing your hands
Yes,
a lot,
yes, I do.
and that means staying away from people. And I know it's weird, and I know you're a
Well,
very
I'm shut
social
in
person.
Most of the time, from 4 o'clock onwards, I'm shut in anyway. So.
You're shutting. Shut in.
I mean,
Good.
I don't go. I'm only out for a couple of hours anyway.
Well, okay, but just stay away from people. That's the advice of the Prime Minister, is stay
Yeah.
at home. Stay at home, stay at home, unless you absolutely have to go out.
But people,
That's the
there's
advice.
lots of people out and about though. and,
Nigel? Nigel?
they've got to go
Nigel?
to work, haven't they? Yes.
They're being told to stay at home as well.
But how are we going to get our stuff if the shop's closed then?
You go, you go to the shops, you get your stuff, you come straight back home. That's what the Prime Minister is
I've
saying.
been doing. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
All
I've
right,
been
well, I'm not telling you
mixing-
off, mate. Flipping it, I'm trying to help you. Give us an upbeat jazz song.
Let me see now. Oh yeah, Ladies a Tramp. That's the quick one. You know.
Yes, a quick one. Go on.
Yeah. Ladies
Here
a
we go.
Tramp.
This is what
Okay.
we need.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8.
So
She
hungry.
likes the theatre, but she doesn't come late.
She's not allowed to go there
She
anymore.
never bothers with people she hates. That's why the lady is a tramp. She likes the cool, swift wind in her hair. Life without care. She's broke, that's so. Hates California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Doo. She doesn't like that games or Baron and Els. Won't go to Harlem
There's more.
with the rest of the girls.
Here we go.
I've forgotten the rest of the words.
Oh, Nigel, that was fantastic. That's exactly what we needed, my friend. Thank you. And you give us a call and give us an upbeat song anytime you want. Let's go to the adverts.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yeah, we're back on the air, mate. Put your headphones on. Stop playing with my cats.
Oh, so cute.
Cuter than yours.
No. Although mine's not very well at the moment.
Why are you a funny colour? Are you sick?
I'm in the light.
No, you're sort of like a browny, cheap, goldy, orangey colour. Like it's like Trump-esque. What? Are you okay? What's wrong? What's happened? Are you alright, love?
I tried a new fake tan this weekend. I don't think it's quite my colour.
Oh, it's not taken.
Someone else's.
It's not taken, has it? Oh God, I thought you'd had too much tango.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's such a shame. when all this is going on as well.
What's your excuse, though? Because you look a funny colour as well.
Yeah, it's my healthy lifestyle. I don't look a funny colour. That's the equivalent of going, yeah, I know I am, but what are you? Jinx, Catherine Boyle. Who's this?
Simon.
Simon.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello there, Simon.
Hello.
Hello
You're
there.
through to Catherine Boyle. I'm putting you through.
No.
Putting you through to Catherine Boyle now.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
First time caller.
Are you a long time listener?
About 3 years. Still 3 years. I used to
Okay,
join WM.
Hang
as well.
Don't kick that cable out.
All right.
Just squeeze it.
Alright, hang on.
Everybody cool out.
Everybody, here we go.
Ready, Simon?
Hello there.
Oh, you idiot!
Sorry. What was it?
It's okay, nothing to panic, nothing to see.
Don't panic.
Nothing to see. Yes, Simon.
Hello there.
Are we still connected? Thank God for that. Although the listeners may not be saying that. Look at that head up there, by the way. Yes, Simon. What can we do for you on this very weird, more ramshackle than normal evening?
Very weird. Yeah, I'm a first time caller. I've been listening for about 3 years now, 2.5, 3 years. I used to listen to you on WM when you're on.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Sort of talk to you a few times on Twitter. I'm sort of a bit nervous first time, so.
That's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about this virus. It's just, it's got me up late thinking about it, and I just heard your show, and I was thinking how, how things are going to work out, really. It's a bit worrying. I've heard sort of rumours that it's to do with SARS, the SARS disease that went around.
I heard that a guy done it with a bat. Is that true? Is that true that a Chinese man done it with a bat?
No, I don't know.
And that's why we've got it. Because if it is,
I
dirty
think
bugger.
the logistics of that make it quite improbable, but...
Well, okay, can we? And this is not in any way, no, this is in a way making fun of it, because we're allowed to make fun of it.
I don't
Right?
want to bring it down. It was,
No. We're not making fun of the people who have lost their lives and those that will, right? But we're allowed to laugh at the actual shitty little virus itself, right?
Yeah.
So there are so many conspiracy theories. I don't buy into any of these, right? But here are my favourite conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Chinese man done it with a bat in a market. In a market.
Like in front of everyone.
In a market.
Did
That's
you
the
buy
thing.
her a drink first?
Right. But it is...
I mean, I've got, I've got 3 children of my own, and 2 got asthma. My partner had sort of kidney trouble years ago, and worry about that. My mum's got asthma, and I'm sort of really concerned about how it's going to affect.
I know what you mean, man. I'm worried that my listen. I'm healthy. My kids are healthy, thank God. But my mother is ill, and it's a real concern. And we all have people close to us that we are rightfully especially concerned about. And I have no words of comfort. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Simon. Normally I'd be able to say.
Yeah, I do feel sort of tearful with it all, thinking about it. But it's more the fact that we're still going to I'm doing the school run every day, twice a day, and luckily, I mean, my partner goes to work. She works in a care home, so I expect her to look after the children a lot of the time and things. But there's no avoiding that. She looks after old people in the care home, so they're going to get sick, and then she's going to get sick and bring it back into the house. And
there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that people are going to get sick. That's partly what I'm holding on to. There's no guarantee that some people won't get it, and a lot of the people that get it will be fine. A lot of the people won't even know that they've had it, or it'll be a cold. Some people it'll be a rocky road, and some people, and I say this because it's true, some people will die. We will know people that will die more than likely.
It's crazy.
I have no
Boris Johnson coming out and saying that, it's like giving up. He's given up, hope of.
I do feel that
they're. For this.
I do feel that they're playing a lousy game. I do feel that Boris Johnson is playing a lousy game of cards with our relatives. But the thing the thing I found helped me today was to stop thinking. And I did that by reading a book and putting some music on. So my eyes were full.
Anxious about it all. I've got anxiety problems with it all.
Well, this is what I'm saying, Simon.
Yeah.
I was reading a book and I had some James Taylor on. You don't get much softer than James Taylor. So my ears were full and my eyes were full. And for 40 minutes, I wasn't thinking about it. 40 minutes, I was reading a nice book and listening to some nice music. I came back to reality afterwards, but it bought me 40 minutes breathing space.
Yeah, I was talking to a paramedic from the school, one of the children's dads that I speak to, and he was a paramedic. He was saying it came from MERS and SARS, cross between the two.
I don't know.
That got me thinking. I mean, I don't want to worry people here. But
Well, then don't. Here's what I don't want to do. I'm really not a fan, and this isn't a criticism of you, of people saying, someone told me, I heard, because we don't. Let's not play the guessing game. I suspect what you've heard probably isn't true. I don't know what it is. I bet it's probably not true. All I can suggest is, I found 40 minutes peace today, reading a book and listening to some music. I would suggest you try and find those moments of peace in whatever works for you.
I will do. Thank you.
Simon, give us a call again. I'm sorry, I've got no words. I've got no.
That's
I've got nothing.
I understand. That's okay. I mean, I wish things were different. I've been meaning to phone it for a long time, and this just compelled me to phone tonight. I had to phone. So.
Thank you, mate. Let's speak again and let us know how things go.
Will do. Thank you. You take care of
Simon.
yourself.
Take care. Thank you. 0344 499 1000. And this is weird for us because I've got nothing to say. I've got no words of comfort.
No.
Or you're exaggerating. Or you're worrying about nothing. Or you've got none of it.
No. The best advice I can offer, what's helping me, is staying in the moment. Not thinking too much about the what ifs. Staying in the moment, doing what I can, making sure my kids are happy, making sure that they are.
What did we order today for both our kids?
Oh, yes.
This is it. Here we go now. This is what you want.
This is an idea I had yesterday, and I mentioned it to Ian, and just at the moment he was feeling spendy.
Straight on it. I bought one for me and one for you. Go on.
A chocolate fondue.
Chocolate fondue fountain.
Well, you went for the fountain.
I went for. It's only 22 quid. Chocolate fondue fountain. It's only a tiny one. You have a little tea light. I haven't bought any tea lights.
I've got tea lights.
You have a little tea light underneath it, and it's a chocolate fondue fountain. Boom.
Do you think the tea light will do it?
I think so. I don't know. We'll read the instructions. It's coming tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow. So we'll do that. And Simon didn't want to play that game, and I totally get it. But let's play the game, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I think we should show the coronavirus who's boss. I think we should show it as loco. We should start killing old people and going, right, you think you're messing with the virus, will go, these guys are crazy. I'm out of here.
No, that
I'm
rationale,
outta here.
the old people should start killing other people.
That's it. These humans are loco. So the rumours, and we're not making fun of the people that passed and those that will, right? But we're making fun of that crappy little virus. Someone did it with a bat in a market.
Yeah, it's down to Mexican beer.
What?
Corona. Something like 38% of Americans believe that Corona beer was the source of it.
No,
Yeah, they stopped drinking it.
You're joking.
No.
All right. This is a big one that's got a lot of traction, right? That it's 5G. It's caused by 5G. And I remember when... I don't believe any of these for a second, so please don't think I'm putting these forward as theories, right? It's probably coronavirus has been around for years. It's just mutated so that it's now particularly nasty. But when before 5G was launched, people are going, well, it's going to be sending like X-rays through your body, and we just don't know what it's going to do. And then 5G launched. I believe it launched in or near Wuhan.
Mm-hmm.
And that around the same time it launched, sorry, the cats are going nuts. Around the time it launched, the coronavirus happened. And also...
Coincidence?
Yes. But also, you look at the logo for 5G...
Oh, yeah.
And the, DNA picture of coronavirus, they're almost identical.
Wow, sounds like...
Almost identical. And of course, that's what 5G would do.
Mm-hmm.
They would make their logo look like the thing that they knew was going to kill you.
So it's easily traceable.
What was the one about?
There's one about, there is a lab in Wuhan.
Yep.
And they believed that it was being purposefully made there and allowed to infect people to bring down... Ah, yeah, that's it. Democracy.
Okay. And what's the one about Tom Hanks being a paedophile?
Oh, God.
Because Tom Hanks has got it, as we know. Tommy Hanks.
Oh, there's a whole thing. And I saw, let's call it a documentary on YouTube about people from the left, mostly.
Oh, it's a left wing.
And people from the left, and they are all pedos, and you will know them. They're all going to be smitten by this thing.
Yeah. Okay. So it only affects paedophiles.
Well, there was.
Or is it just it's going to affect everyone? But that's the risk they will take.
Yeah.
Gosh, what a world.
I think the suggestion was, and it was difficult because there was absolutely no thread to this documentary whatsoever. I think they were saying that it's the high-profile, elitist paedophiles that are being struck down.
Would be it. That would be it.
And it was using evidence in quote marks from Tom Hanks's Twitter feed, where he's apparently He's got a thing about single lost gloves, and he takes pictures of them.
Who, Tom Hanks has?
Yeah, apparently on this Twitter feed.
What?
Yeah.
Don't Google it. It sounds weird.
Well,
I've never even seen a
take
lost
pictures
glove.
of a, like little kid's glove that gets left and put on a railing, that kind of thing.
Oh, so because they're kids' gloves, he's kidnapped a
Sometimes
child.
it's a kid's glove. Sometimes it's an adult's glove. Doesn't seem to make any difference. This woman seemed to believe that each one was him trolling the public, saying, I've taken another
I've
victim.
got another.
Yeah.
Really?
That was the
So
implication.
there is some evidence.
But I mean, speaking of bats,
Yeah.
she was
Right.
she was nuts. So
I am
quite
well up.
obviously so.
I am well up for hearing, and I'm not. Don't call if you believe in them. I am well up for hearing the conspiracy theories. I think we've covered the main.
Bringing down the
ones.
economy, that's the thing, isn't it? That the Chinese are trying to bring down the West's economy.
Okay.
Chinese stroke the left.
Do they?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
UK,
misunderstood.
apparently UK Labour are behind it. Despite
Oh,
the fact that UK Labour can't organise themselves at the
Jesus,
moment.
we had a tweet into the studio once from a listener to this very station saying that the UK left and the MSM were behind it. Man alive. 0344 499 1000. If you've just tuned in, listen, we're going to mess around. We're going to have fun. This show is the equivalent of Bucks Fizz or Jim Davidson going to the Falklands. All right. We are here to entertain you, the troops.
Can I whip your skirt off? Or is that old-fashioned
Please.
now?
No, I like it. So we are here while we're doing this, unless we get instructions from above. And do you know what? Even if we do get instructions from above, I'm going to argue as much as I can that this is exactly what is needed. A right old laugh. Because our last caller there is scared. I'm scared, right? People on Twitter are scared. I get it. Well, can we not for 3 hours have a window where, yeah, sure, we'll talk about it because it's there. But also, someone said, 5G and bats use radar. A mutation. It could be. Okay, we've got evidence. But we just, what are you doing?
This is knocking. The more you gesticulate, it's banging.
Well, that people know I mean it.
I used to be on the radio in the 90s.
Let's take a break. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Please,
Stop
whatever
banging the stand.
I will stop banging the stand if you stop being a knob. Listen, it's day one. I've been writing a list of things I need to improve for day two.
Day one's not too early to get things right.
By the way, you're not self-isolating in my house. You're going home after
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Good, thank God for that.
God, I want to stay here.
Let's go to Tina.
Sheena.
Sorry?
It's actually Sheena. I think he misheard
Sheena, I apologise.
No, it's not you. Don't you worry. Don't you
It's
worry.
Sam, who's been absolutely useless. He's been brilliant. He's fair play. He's doing 5 things at once. And he's putting his life at risk by being in the studio where it's probably contaminated. Sheena, what can we do? Sheena, what can we do for you?
You know what? I've been laughing so much I can hardly even remember what I was going to say. First time caller, 2 years listening.
No, you don't get to ring that bell, girl.
Why?
That's mine.
Listen, this is crisis time. I can ring that bell whenever I
Do you
want.
know what? Actually, I'll hand the bell over to you. Don't go crazy with it, though.
All
It loses
right,
its
okay,
effect.
okay.
Nice. What? 3 years? Well, what's caused you to
2
call
years.
in?
2 years. Well, actually, it was you talking about your mum. I first met yourself and Catherine in Belfast last year, whenever you did the show there. And I was the one who was saying to Catherine, you did the sort of the thing about the ghosts. Has anybody seen the ghosts? And I was the one that said about, you remember, Catherine?
Were you drunk?
No, that's me sober.
Were you down and to the left with another woman?
No, I was beside them.
Them. Well, in that case, you know why I asked that question and exactly who we were referring to. They were very, very drunk. Okay, go on. So you had seen a. I do remember this. You had seen a ghost. Yes.
Yes, that's right.
You made love to a ghost, hadn't you?
Was it a banshee?
No, I didn't. No, he kept running up the stairs and he was looking after my little daughter, and I scared him like mad. And every time I would be outside and see him, he would duck and things like that. But anyway, yeah. But we came up and we sort of had the wee chat and all the rest of it. And I told you that I was borderline. and that I was going to be starting DBT, or I had just started it actually.
Oh yes, no, I do remember this. Of course, yes.
Do you? Good. I don't know how with all the shows, but anyway. Yes, I asked you a bit of advice about bullying, and anyway, had a wee chat and all the rest of it. But I have finished my year of DBT now, which has just been completely mind-blowing and life-changing and fantastic. And the reason I wanted to phone, I suppose, was whenever you said about your mum, and I'm obviously in Northern Ireland, and I was going to go over and see my mum on Friday on the ferry. She's 91, and she lives with my sister in Cumbria, and I was going to go over for Mother's Day, knowing that probably it would be the last time for quite a few months. And she's been diagnosed now with mixed-type dementia, and she's frail and she's not well. And we've had to make the decision that I'm not going to go over. It's just too much of a risk. And I suppose the DBT, a lot of it is about radical acceptance. And I probably couldn't have coped with it as I am now a year ago, before the DBT. It has helped me so much. And we'll just keep talking and, you know, get my sister, you know, with her phone, and so I can see her face and she can see me and things, you know. But, yeah, so I just wanted to make the call tonight. You know, it's taken me ages. You know, I listen to you every single night, and I thought tonight's the night. So here I am, giving you a wee call.
Thank you, Sheila. This is unprecedented. These are unprecedented times. That you can't go and see your old, sick mum. Wow. I mean,
I know.
It's just incredible, and well done for having some. I don't know how much, but some acceptance around it. I haven't quite accepted it yet. And I've bought some stuff that I want to take to my mum's, knowing that when I phone up tomorrow to see if I can go round, they'll probably say no. If they're doing the right thing, they'll say no. Well done. And there are so many people in our situation.
All we can do is radically accept. It doesn't mean that we agree with everything, because our emotions are there, obviously. But if you radically accept, I think sometimes it can help what's going on in your head. You know, the what if and all the rest of it.
Wow, this therapy you've been doing, that's really worked, hasn't it?
It's absolutely amazing. Through the year, I've been disowned by my daughters and all the rest of it. And instead of having, you know, the torment in your mind, you know, and, you know, your stomach churning all the time, you know, and all that sort of stuff, now the radical acceptance, it's so hard, so hard. But now I'm just thinking of them having a life of peace, you know. And I don't know, me being a spiritual person, going back to the ghosts, I'll see them one day. I will. I'll see them one day.
When your mum does pass on, and let's hope that, you know, that she's got a good while yet, she is going to come running up your stairs. She is going to chase you, and she ain't going to be scared by you shouting at her, Sheila, I'm afraid. She's going to put you in your place.
I'll take her by the hand and we'll go down to the beach.
It'd be lovely. Hey, listen, Sheila, thank you so much. That's a really lovely call. I really appreciate that. 0344. Take care. 034. And lots of love to Mum. You know, there's a lot of people that, you know, I was talking about the other day, and someone said, "Do you think you're the only one?" Oh, of course I don't. There's loads of us.
But that's the point.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
And there you go. I just had a little cry during that break, you know, because of what Sheila was saying, and I can't talk about it because I don't want to cry on tonight's show. Let's go to Fake Sheila. Good evening, Fake Sheila.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
Hi,
what you got for us?
Oh, you know, I'm normally stupid, but I'm dead worried about this. My dad went into hospital last Monday. He's been in care for quite a while. I think he's on his last legs, and I can't see him now.
Yeah.
So last went to see him on Thursday, and I don't want to spread anything, so I can't go in anymore. And I'm really worried about it.
I have no words of comfort, I'm afraid.
I know.
I have no words of comfort, and that's
There's nothing to say, I know that.
mortifying to me, because people come to this show because me and Kath got, enough experience to kind of metaphorically hold your hand through stuff. And I have nothing for this, Sheila, except empathy and sadness for your situation.
I don't know what
really,
to say,
really
because
sorry.
I don't think I'm going to see my dad again, because he's in the hospital now. And I can't go in. I can't even see him.
You can't. You can't go in. And I guess if there's
I
any...
want to go in, but I'm fine. I know I'm fine, because I'm really resistant to any... I don't get colds, I don't get coughs, I'm quite healthy.
Sounds like... Don't put a hex on yourself. You're tempting fate there by saying that.
I don't know, I'm just worried about it. I did phone Kath on Friday, and it's my own fault because I phoned her too late. I wanted to talk about it, but
You always phone too late. You're late for that. I have...
I don't know if I'll see my dad again.
Yeah.
Because he's in A&E at the moment, and everything feels... The thing that's just happened, that seemed awful, now seems the best thing, so... Dad went into hospital, that seemed awful. Oh, then he went into care, oh God, I wish it was the hospital, and it's the same thing every time. Now I wish to God Dad was back in the care home, because that'd be the safest place for him.
How I can't quite remember, so forgive me, but how aware is he of what's going on?
He's got dementia. I don't know if I can say he's got dementia, because they never say it, do they? So they say he's possibly got dementia, probably got dementia, but they can't diagnose it because it's not something they can
you know your dad. You know what's going on with your dad.
I spoke to Catherine when it first happened, which was in July, and yeah, it's been such a huge change since then. And every time it's kind of been, oh God, I just want to get Dad home. And then it's been like, oh, Dad's in rehab, and that's better than home. Then Dad's been in a care home, that's better than the rehab. And now, I don't know, I know you understand this, but now he's in hospital again because he's refusing to eat. He's been diagnosed as anorexic. So he got taken to hospital last Monday. He has absolutely no idea what's going on with the virus. So,
well, is that a blessing? I don't want to sound patronising.
No, it's not a blessing. You in some ways, if he knew, he wouldn't eat or do anything. But I just want him to get back to the care home. I know your mum's in the same situation. I want my dad to go back there because I think that's the best place for him at this time, not in A&E, in a ward. I don't know. To me, I just want him to go back to the care home because I know they will take care of him there. And
you have to, but you have to trust the doctors as well in the hospital.
It's not the same thing. They haven't got the time to feed my dad. They have not got the time to feed my dad or make him... He needs to go back to the care home where there are people that care for him. And he will do, so that's fine. But yes, I'm frightened by this because I can't see him. I've not seen him since Thursday. I'm worried because of a stupid little sniffle. And I don't want to go and see him.
Which is the right decision, and you're doing that from a place of love.
Yeah.
It's totally the right decision.
He doesn't understand it. He doesn't know that. He has no idea of this virus that's going around. He has no idea.
And that's a good thing, isn't it?
Huh?
I wish my mum didn't know about it.
Yeah. Oh, your mum knows?
She knows, and I've said that she'll probably be all right to her on the phone. I mean, Jesus, imagine telling a lie like that. You'll be all right, Mum, don't worry. It's just people that are really sick. I wish she didn't know about it.
He's worse than that. He doesn't understand what's going on. And that's the thing. He doesn't.
I'm not. If that were my mum, I would be happy with that. I would.
He doesn't get it. There's some sort of elements where he gets it because he said some things. They're not very politically correct things, but he said some things that this one's from here, this one's from there. And I think maybe he's got that from the news. He doesn't want to shake their hands. But when the doctor came in today, he was shaking their hands and really happy.
He's a very polite. He's a very polite gentleman.
He's incredibly polite.
Yeah.
Incredibly polite. Not with us, but with people that are professionals. Incredibly polite. And that's the thing, Ian. He doesn't know what's going on, and I can't explain to him why we're not visiting. And the last time I saw him, he said, he got taken to the toilet or whatever, and he said, don't go away, you just disappear. You run away whenever I go away. He thinks when he goes to the toilet or something, run away. He doesn't understand any of what's happening.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Would it be outrageous to go with the fantasy? And to tell him that you're going to go back?
Yeah, no, I do that. I'm almost thinking that maybe I should write a letter or something because he's got no awareness of the moment. So I'm thinking maybe write a little letter that he can look at again and again, and maybe that will go in. I don't know.
Well, you know him.
I don't know him.
I just wonder whether he needs reality at the moment, or whether the fantasy would be that everything's fine and that you're going to be in the next couple of days or the next day, and he might forget about it. Whether that would be more comforting.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is to do anymore.
All I know is a friend of mine's wife works with dementia patients. She's a nurse, and they never undermine the fantasy. So if someone says, I'm waiting for my dad to come and turn up, even if they're 90 odd,
right,
says, yep, he's given us a ring, he'll be here soon. And of course, by the time they don't remember, but they've not had to relive the loss of their father with someone explaining to them that their dad's been dead for 50 odd years. Do you know what I mean?
I know, yeah, you're right. A lot of them do that.
Sheila, I'm gonna move on for two reasons. One, because I want to get another call in, and two, because actually I'm getting... No, I wish you and your dad very, very best of luck. I'm also...
Thank you.
I'm finding this quite hard to... Because, it's upsetting me. So...
Okay.
Good night.
Night, Sheila.
Who have we got?
David.
Oh.
Hello, David. You're on. What have you got for us?
Hello. I'm a bit peed off with this coronavirus. I'm a bit upset over it because I've not been sleeping very well, and it's getting a bit depressing because it's like I'm just been trapped in my own home. It's like we're all been brainwashed, and it's just like I said, I'm just upset over it at the moment. And I live in Blackburn, you see, so it's getting me a bit down.
It's shit, isn't it? The coronavirus is shit.
Yeah, I know it is, Ian. I don't know if you remember me from a KISS convention years ago.
I don't off the top of my head. I remember the KISS convention was it in Nottingham?
Mark St John. You remember Mark St John? I wanted to try and write.
No, I was there when Bruce Kulick was there.
That was it. Yeah, I was there when you were there.
Yeah, Bruce Kulick. I got to interview Bruce Kulick, 80s KISS.
That was it. I was there when I met you. But like I said, I wanted to just wanted to talk to somebody and just
Have you got anyone? Have you got anyone in your life that you can talk to? I'm glad you've called us, and I'm really happy you're talking to us. So this isn't me saying go away.
It's just Mum's very stubborn. She says I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out, even though there's some people in the 70s going out, and it's like we've been trapped in our own home. It's like we've been It's just shit and that, but it's like I said, it's my mum's been trapped as well. Can't go anywhere. It's like all supermarkets are getting.
But you understand why that's being suggested, don't you?
Yeah.
It's to protect you. It's to protect your mum. It's to protect other vulnerable people.
Yeah, and I wash my hands anyway. So I've got everything. I've got washing someone wash my hands every day anyway. So I'm pretty much.
And that helps a lot. And me and my boys are having a great laugh washing our hands all the fucking time. And actually, that's a good thing that's come back into
I love
fashion.
listening to your show and all because I listen to it every night, and it's very funny.
Thank
you.
I
want to send some photographs to you to get signed. I don't know who to write to now because I'm not.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not giving you my home address, but and I wouldn't send them to Talk Radio. There's no point at the moment. But when this is all done, I look forward, David, to putting on Destroyer. And or Kiss Alive, whatever you choose out of those two, but I will not listen to 80s Kiss.
No.
And I'll sign as many pictures as you want. How about that?
Because I went to see Kiss in Newcastle, and I was in front of Gene, and my brother got Gene's microphone that he spat out.
Me and Kath went and saw Kiss at the O2. It's some show, isn't it?
Best show I've ever seen.
Some show, man.
It's got Gene's makeup on it.
Oh wow!
And we've got a Paul's pick, and we've got Gene's nickel bass pick, and it was brilliant. So right in front of Gene.
You can clone Gene from that. You can make your own Gene Simmons if you'd want such a thing.
Yeah, I saw some regular photographs of Gene right in front of him, so I'm a bit happy about that anyway. So I'll see him.
David, listen, I'm going to move on because I want to squeeze in Nikki. My suggestion is, and I don't have many at the moment. Try and find things to take you out of yourself, and I would suggest you watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, or I'm sure you've got those wonderful Kiss DVD box sets. Watch stuff on there, and it ain't going to solve anything. It's not going to make anyone better. Just for an hour, you're going to forget about all of this, and that's it. I think we've got time for Nikki. Is that Nikki?
Hi there, Iain, Katherine, Sam. Well done on continuing with the show tonight. It's a lifeline for a lot of us, and well done for sort of taking the initiative. I was composed until I heard Sheila, so apologies if I'm a bit sniffy, but there might have been a few tears. I've listened to you most of this evening, apart from about 10 minutes when a knob, and that's NOB, because a K and 4 letters is far too good for him, rolled back into my car at the Cockthorne roundabout in Slough. But I decided this.
Oh God, no! I know that roundabout very, very well. God.
I know you probably do. I don't think there's been any damage. I'll have a look tomorrow. But this has been a year of change for me. I've had 2 bad bosses in a row and a lying boyfriend who I caught out on Strava. But that's a story for another time.
Hang on, you caught out on what? Strub?
I caught my boyfriend out on Strava. He told me he was away with his brother.
What's Strava?
Strava is like a running, swimming, walking app. And
so what, you could see where he was?
Yeah, he was in one country and his brother was in another. So that's kind of how we finished.
Oh God!
And then I got made redundant, and I had another job, and I had another knob of a boss. But anyway, I decided to resign without another job to go to. I don't know if that's brave or stupid. I don't know if the timing's good or bad this year. Yeah. But I decided to go and volunteer. So I know you probably know Burnham.
Yeah,
and there's
go to the
a
dentist there, the Lenkos.
Well, I go to the doctor's surgery, and this sprightly old man called Graham sat down next to me one day when I was waiting for the nurse and started chatting to me about Monday Club that he calls Bingo Club, and I decided that people cross your path for a reason. So I checked out this club, and I'd been volunteering for 3 weeks, really, really enjoying it. But unfortunately, due to this crisis, we've now stopped until after Easter. Great lifeline for these guys. They love their bingo. They win prizes. Well, they choose their prizes, and they were asking for toilet rolls and chocolate.
Oh, hey! Of course they were, because they know they can sell it on the black market, and they can make a fortune and buy gin. That's what they're doing. That's where it's all going. Hey, listen, Nikki, I'm really sorry. We are totally out of time. I'd love it if you could give us a call tomorrow, maybe a little bit earlier.
I will do. I will do.
Would that be all right? I'm
all
really
evening
sorry.
To pluck up courage to give you. a
I
call.
know, and you've had a lousy night with that idiot rolling back into you at the. Nikki, give
That
us a
knob's
call earlier,
fine.
and we will have as long as you want. And I'm keen to hear about this club because the elderly. That's a slightly patronising term. People who are a little bit older than me. There we go. I mean, God, what must they be thinking? What must they be thinking? And there must be more that we can do. Nikki, thank you. Flipping it. I don't know how long I can do this because this is great. I'm really upset and drained, and I'm going to cut the line, and I'm going to have a good old cry and a cup of decaf cough and watch at the end of the documentary about Miss World. Yeah, go home.
Then put the kettle on.
Oh yeah, go on, put the kettle on. This is going to be intense, guys, and we are going to do. I keep saying this. We're going to do everything we can, me and Catherine, to mess around and carry on doing as stupid and as normal a show as possible. But it's like an alien spaceship is hovering over the UK, and and people are scared, and to not address the alien spaceship above Birmingham is futile and is ridiculous. And of course we have to, and we can make fun of the aliens. I don't know what that means. We'll be back tomorrow night at 10. Sam, thank you. Sam, have we got you all week?
You have, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for your patience. Catherine, thank you for coming round. Stay tuned. Another voice of reason. If there be another one on this station, who'd have thunk it? Daryl Morris, he's always worth a listen, is coming up. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.